Jeez
Then in here talking about
Louise.
Ron. This is crazy.
Jeez Louise.
Yo, chat. I just put up a poll asking
Yo,
why
this is
Luka.
the craziest. Yo, I've never seen nobody put a
Listen,
poll up that quick. We just started and the poll is
I have
already
nothing to
up.
do with this chat. I swear, I have nothing to do with this.
Yo, chat. I'm hitting the group. I'm hitting the
Low
group chat up like,
down.
yo, what's going on? I don't have a link to my own show.
I'm
Yo,
telling you
Lo,
guys.
what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove tonight? John Stockton rhetoric?
Well, really, it's just that most people don't know what they're talking about.
Wait, what was your stance on John Stockton? Maybe I can pack you up right now.
I know that he's mad overrated. Mad overrated. He's
that-
not as good. He's not as good as people make him out to be.
Yo, the
Oh
link
wait, is this
in the
streaming
chat.
right now?
Yeah, we're streaming.
On my end, I can't see it. Hold on.
Hold on, wait.
All right, there you go. Okay, I got you.
All right, Rondi. Okay, all right, cool.
Yo, the link is pinned in the chat right now, and I just have to get this disclaimer off it right here in the beginning. Now, I put the poll up. I said, "Why was the show late?" I said,
It's because of Ron. That's why it was
El
late.
host, plural, El host, Shaq, somehow ticket, and Low was distracted with something. Now,
Nah, bro, I
somehow
was
Ticket
literally
the
sitting
number one
here.
answer.
This is why
And I
Ticket.
just want to.
This is why Ticket thinks he's hated.
Ticket.
This is why Ticket think he always hated, bro. This is why he gets hated all the time, man.
But speaking of Ticket, I just have to get this disclaimer off right now. So this is obviously Low versus anybody who wants to join this chat. And I just want to let you guys know, this is not Ticket versus World. You will not come in here with mayhem and think you'll win. Look, Ticket versus World, that's like street fighting. That's like a backyard, brawl. This is not that. Low's very surgical and tactical with his methods. Don't think you can come in here and just scream over Low and beat him, because you will get your ass kicked.
It is tough.
Lo, before we bring anybody in here, do you think you can take on Mars and like
Me
on
and
one of
Mars
these,
agree with majority of the things, though. There's nothing to take on.
but on things that you guys don't agree with, you feel like you can pack them up?
There's not much that we don't agree on, though. So I don't know what we don't. I don't know what we don't agree on for me to even argue Mars, though.
Do you feel like Giannis is MVP right now?
No.
It's Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic. Yeah. But he also agrees with that, though.
I know you guys are some media bandwagoners.
Oh
Crazy.
my God, that's crazy. Oh, that's
Dead ass.
crazy. That's crazy.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Nah, that's crazy.
I feel like Mars wants some smoke.
So Mars like your long lost brother?
No, he's just intelligent. That's all, man.
Okay. So you and Mars IQ level is just clear.
We're just clearing everybody. That's it, man. That's why we on the same wavelength, man. Our IQ.
You want to know what I want to see? I want to see you and Mars against Chill and Fluent.
I ain't gonna lie. Chill be getting packed up, man.
By who? You or Ticket?
No, I kind of
Or
both.
you guys
Low
go back
key.
and forth?
Yeah, I'm gonna say low key, kind of both. Low key, kind of both.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. 2 episodes of the panel ago, I felt bad for my nigga Chill. Like, I can't believe Low and Ticket are in here doing him like this.
I'm not jacking.
It was pretty bad though. I'm not gonna be honest. It was pretty bad.
Man.
I'm not. All y'all do is go to stats, and that's a nasty argument, Lo, and you know that.
Ticket. I mean, Chill literally says he's a guy. He's the numbers guy. That's literally what he says. I can't
We
go
know
off
it's
of
you
that.
and Mars.
Huh?
Who's coming in? We know it's you and Mars.
Who's gonna win that?
No. We know you and Mars are the numbers guys.
Oh, I guess.
You literally taught Mars everything he knows.
No, that's
Alex
nasty.
Pickering with the super chat. He said, "Make Shaq a regular on the panel." Also, much love from Australia.
It's quiet. I don't want to cook them. I need my own show.
Oh my gosh, this is nasty work.
Lo,
Nasty work.
Lo, dead ass, like keeping it a buck.
Oh shit.
No pun intended. If there was any type of random matchup and I got placed with you, I feel like I'd cook you.
You know what's so crazy? People make these arguments and they low key just agree with everything I say anyway, bro. We would agree on most things.
Like what? Like what?
Like
what?
you think Giannis is the MVP right now?
Giannis, no, Jokic the MVP right now.
Okay, so I guess you a
But
media head too then. I guess we all in the media, dog. I guess we all just
He
media, dog.
cook you with your own.
Well, no. Wait. What about Luka? How do you feel about Luka?
Betty Crocker, and you take her own recipe and add a little more
nasty.
spice into it.
Lowe's nasty.
And pack her ass up.
Lowe's nasty. What do you think about Luka?
Luka's great. He's what, top 3, top 5?
No. Luka at 23 versus Bron at 23.
I said
felt
Luka.
Like that was a hot topic.
I said Luka.
That's where you'll get cooked.
No, stop.
And the craziest thing is that's how I know that you guys just be running these narratives with stats. Why would you pick Luka over Bron? Like based off of eye test and stats.
Bron couldn't shoot at that time.
All right,
Like
so
a lick.
Bron right
He
now
could
in the
not
league
lick.
right now. Bron right now in the league at 23. What's going on?
In today's league,
Yeah. Like right now at 23, like
he still wouldn't be able to shoot. I don't know what that doesn't change anything.
But
I mean, he basically he would basically doing what we're doing right now. Even though Ron believes that his shooting numbers are going to go back up, his shooting numbers are not going back up. It's done.
Time out. Bron,
That's
right
what you
now
said.
in this NBA would average 8 dunks a game.
I'm off you right now.
8 game, Lo.
What is that? So is he better? Is he better than Luka?
I mean, I think any Bron clears Luka, but maybe I'm just crazy though. But I don't know. You guys love that.
You think
before 35?
You think 23-year-old Bron clears Luka right now?
Do you know what 23-year-old Bron was doing?
Why are you being nasty, Lo?
Is he not doing essentially the same thing Luka's doing right now?
Time out. I'm just gonna.
But
stop
nowhere
everything.
near as like he can't shoot. He can't shoot.
Cause Lo, this isn't supposed to be between us and you.
I ain't gonna lie. Ron has some nasty takes. Ron does have nasty takes. I be seeing. I go on TikTok. I'll be like, there's no way Ron even uttered that out of his mouth, dog.
Listen,
Ron has
Ron's
crazy
filthy.
takes.
Ron
has
who we
crazy.
bringing in here?
Listen.
We got Damon Talk Sports. Is there anything that we need to address? We got Damon Talk Sports in here. We need your videos on if you want to come into the chat.
Yo, SSJ
We
Gabe
not
is
doing
finna
that.
come on first. If Damon Talk doesn't put on his camera, the
put
link
the
is in
camera
the
on,
chat. You guys click on
the
it.
camera
Okay,
on.
click on the link and come up here.
Yo, Lo,
Yep.
me and Ron was watching Bron highlights earlier, and it was like that.
I was there too. I saw him play.
I'm just saying it was like that. That's all I'm saying. Like back.
I'm not
to
saying
back
he
is
would. I'm
different.
not saying he'll be bad. I just don't think he'd be as good as Luka.
First off, hold on, time out. First off,
Luka's crazy.
are you
right
saying
now,
that
dog.
this NBA is better than that NBA?
Talent wise, like from like the
Yes.
top 15 perspective, probably
No. The top 5. Is the top 5 today better than the top 5 in the 2000s, late 2000s?
But we're not talking about late 2000s. 23-year-old
This
LeBron
why
is
I'm
like
saying that because
2005,
Bron was
right?
clearly a top 5 player back then. Clearly, no.
I know,
debate.
no, but we're not. But late 2000s, LeBron was like 25, 26, 27. We're talking about 23-year-old.
23. He was drafted. All right, so in 2006 is the
Yeah.
because he was still top 5 in 2006, right?
I might hate Lo. I don't know. Can we get Mars in here?
Low, right? Right.
Lo, can Mars join you? Or
So
do you
are
want,
you saying
like,
if
is
you
this your own
drop
thing?
Luke, you take LeBron out that league and you drop Luka?
Who's top
Doncic,
5? Who's top 5 in 06? Because Shaq, I
I'ma
don't
say-
think Shaq is. If Shaq is still top 5, that's kind of because he wasn't
I'ma
the same
say
Shaq. He was not the same as
I don't.
Shaq.
Who what is Dame drawing Shaq? You see this? Yo,
That's why I tell you, you gotta cut the camera.
Damon,
Get your freaky
Damon,
ass
why are
outta
you in your
here.
bag? I'm seeing this behind the
No,
chat.
I can't see.
would
I can't see
show
a
this
single
to you
thing.
guys. Yo,
No, you can see that.
No, I
You
can't. I can't
can't.
see it. I can't see it.
Yo, Damon is showing us a
Damn,
part
you're
of
out
this.
of here. I knew you was on freaky man
That's
time.
crazy.
Yo, Lo, can we get Mars in here to kind of be like the backseat driver for you?
Why?
Yo,
That's crazy
before-
to call him a backseat driver. That's crazy.
Damon, what type time are you on? Don't make me remove you.
You might have to remove
Right, I
him.
can't.
He's not.
Yeah,
ready.
right.
He's
Right.
wild. If y'all would have seen what I just seen.
He's too freaked out.
But hold on, no, look. Top 5 in 2006 is at least, obviously, Kobe. Let's just get that out the way with. Then you can say Dirk. Then you can say KG, Tim Duncan. That's 4.
That's 4.
And then Bron.
So if the top 5 now is
Actually, you take Bron out, and then so now you got to say, is he better than whoever else is left? Is he better than
if Bron is fine, if Bron is 5, that's fine. But if it's Giannis, Jokic, Luka, are you going to count Curry because he's hurt?
Yeah, I'm counting Curry.
Okay, Curry. Are you counting KD?
I mean, your top 5 might be a little different than mine. So you just give your top 5. It doesn't really matter.
No, but I'm just asking because I mean he's hurt right now as well.
No,
so
the injuries don't matter. We're just talking about top 5 talent right now.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Oh man. No, the top 5 now. I'll say this: the top 5 now is better because if LeBron is the 5th, if that version of LeBron is the 5th,
I'm nasty, but Lo just said right now the top 5 is better than that top 5. Lo, when the top 5 I just gave you, do you understand? 3 of them are top like 10 of all time, all time.
Yeah, but we're talking about an individual season argument, not what they did throughout their entire careers.
So in that season, they were in their primes.
Not all of them.
Was Tim Duncan not in his prime in 2006?
LeBron was not in his prime.
What LeBron excluded was Tim Duncan, Kobe, and KG were all in their primes. Dirk too. 4 players.
But I think
top 20 of all
time. But you could argue. Could you not argue the same thing now? Is Giannis in his prime?
Yes. I'll give you Giannis.
Is Jokic in his
20?
Is Jokic in his prime?
Yes. I'm with you.
But is Jokic top 20 all time right now?
Yeah, but at that time, Dirk wasn't top 20 all time right then and there. LeBron wasn't top 20 at that time either. You naming players that weren't top 20 at that time.
Most definitely. But
okay, then. So what are we saying then? No. You're making a career argument for what we're talking about at that individual season. That's what we're arguing.
No, I'm talking about top 20 players that were at their best. And I do get what you're saying, but I'm saying these guys were at their best. Though.
They came top 20 later on in their careers. At that time, LeBron was not top 20. At that time, Dirk was not top 20. At that time, he wasn't.
I'm going to go straight to Jokic. So you take
Jokic right now is better than Dirk right then. That is without a doubt.
Now keep going because all right, you going to bring the demons out. Chill going to kick this door down and come in here. Tick is absolutely going to blow the gauges off of this show and come in here. Fluent, everybody. I would argue he's better than these next 4 characters.
I would argue that Kobe at that time is better than any other player right now, right?
Right? I don't think it's an argument.
What year?
06.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not disputing that.
Okay. After that, you could argue KG and Duncan, but Duncan wasn't the same. It's not like this is 03 Duncan. This is 06 Duncan. But then after those 3, bro, the rest of the players are like very clearly the players in today's game.
Luka would be 4th in 06.
Luka will be over LeBron in 06 without a doubt.
No. We're talking about
without a doubt.
Oh my god!
Because this is how it always gets nasty. So you put Luka on that Cavs team.
How about here's a better question. The top 3 I can argue, but after Duncan and Garnett, bro, the gap between like Duncan, Garnett, and then Dirk, bro, stop, bro. Every player now is better than what Dirk was in 06. All the rest of those top 5 players I just named right now.
Wait, where would Steph be?
Steph will be over Dirk.
Would he be over Luka?
I'm talking about they're all in the gap right now.
Hold on, Lo. Deadass, who you got right now, Luka or Steph? You about to make me tight. And you right, we do agree on a lot, but who you got, Luka or Steph?
What are we talking about?
No, I'm just asking a question. Luka or Steph? Luka or Steph? Who you got?
I'd rather have Steph.
Okay, all
right. Steph right now is better than Bron back then.
I need you to answer Eric Dupree's question. Is Luka taking the 2008 Celtics to 7 games?
He might win it.
Oh man! All right, listen. Like I said, the debate's not between us and Lo.
Luka or Larry Bird? I gotta know. Luka or Larry Bird? Lo, you are disgusting, bro. I'm off you.
Lo, these old heads are finna come kick this camera in. I'm telling you, if you do this,
Luka, Larry Bird. No, all time, obviously Larry Bird.
No, who's better right now today?
No, like as a basketball player.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, that ass. Y'all
I
put
don't
Luka
know.
way too
I'm gonna be
high.
honest with you. I don't know, dog. Luka be doing stuff on the court. I'll be like, damn, that's crazy.
Like
right
what?
there.
Like what? Like what? Like what?
The passing, shooting, ball handling. He be doing stuff on the court like I don't. That's crazy. He be doing stuff that's just absurd. I know for a fact Bird cannot do that stuff, like without a doubt. You trying to get me clipped? Dub is gonna have a field day on this video. What's that again? Oh, you're muted. Oh man, chat. I know I'm nasty. Chat. I know it's nasty. Yeah. Hey, chat. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, chat. Yo, chat, can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? Because I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all, chat. If y'all go back and watch, if you're telling me, all right, cool, you can hear me. If you're telling me that he could not do that, yo, what up? If you're telling me that Luka couldn't do what Braun was doing in 08 against the Celtics,
I might need to go get the gallon again, bro. Luka feel that shit easily.
He does. But what up, Gabe? What you got for me?
Shit, man. Look, I'm not gonna hold you. These Lakers, when they get healthy, it might be a problem though. I'm not gonna hold you. Cause Shaggy said something?
No, you got it.
Oh, I heard. I don't know. There's something tweaking in the. I don't know. But the Lakers, I'm not gonna lie, they've been held like 4 games now by the refs, and when they get healthy, I feel like they're gonna be a problem for the rest of the year. I'm not gonna lie.
There'll be
AD
a problem.
coming back.
There'll be a problem just because the Western Conference is bad and it's open. Oh yeah, I hear the static. I hear the feedback.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I thought it was the only one.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah. Yeah, there'll be a problem, low key, just because of the West is still open. But that's really it. They're still not like even if you watch the games or just look at them afterwards.
Yeah, I was watching it yesterday. That shit was nasty.
Yeah, they're still bad. They're still a bad team. So it's not really the fact that it's that they're going to be a problem because how good they are. It'll just simply because the Western Conference is still open. The 6 seed, which are the Warriors right now, 500 ball club. So that's the reason why there'll be a problem. But if they make some trades, which I think they still will, they can definitely still make an argument to make a deep postseason run in the West without a doubt.
You think they can still get you think they still want to get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, or you think that's like out of the water?
I personally believe they should probably go for Jakob Poeltl and Jay Rich. That's who I think they should go for. Will they probably go for that? Maybe so, but I don't know if Buddy Hield and Miles Turner is available anymore. The only reason why people felt that they were available is because really it had a lot to do with the Pacers potentially tanking, but the Pacers aren't tanking anymore. So I don't know. I don't know about that.
What else? Let me see. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's about it. I ain't coming with no heat. Come on. I don't got no problems with you, man. I've been a fan for the longest time anyway, so.
All right, bet.
All right.
Peace.
All right.
Yo, I need a smoke, dog. I need a smoke. Cause I know y'all, if y'all have a problem with me, come with it. Yo, what up?
What's going on, my boy?
What's up with you?
See, you're lucky I don't have smoke today, actually. I'm not gonna lie, because you be thinking you know everything, but you don't. So you lucky.
I know a lot. I do know a lot.
Lucky I don't got no smoke for you. I just want to see your opinion on the Hawks for real. I saw you talking about them recently, but like I want to know like what you think about like the roster construction, all that stuff.
The team is pretty solid in terms of roster construction. I think there's just like a lot of continuity and problem with Trey and the coaching situation. Once that's gone, they could potentially play a lot better. I just do believe though they lost a lot over the past like 2 or 3 years trying to get to where they are right now, and I don't think they're that far removed from where they once were. And if they don't start winning, then the whole commitment to DeJounte Murray might not be worth it, because if Murray's like sacrificing who he is as a player and they're still not winning games, then he could just end up leaving because he only has 1 more year after this season.
Yeah, I forgot I could have sworn we signed him to like an extension or something like that. But if he does have 1 more year, that's kind of crazy. I just think personally, that whole the internal organization thing, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's it's a coinciding thing for me when I'm like thinking about what's going on in the Hawks organization. Like when y'all say like Nate McMillan isn't a bad coach. You're right. He's not bad, but he's not great either. I'm not gonna lie. So there's certain situations where I'm watching like watching the games and watching like how they're doing like sets, offensive sets. Our defense, I feel like, could be better, but like we're not at that point. I don't even know we're like defensively loaded, in my opinion. So,
but y'all miss Capella over the past a good portion of games. I think y'all be much better with more reps with Capella and Murray.
I don't remember what we were when Capella was in the lineup though, but they said like we were like middle of the pack, and then our offense is like literally at the like bottom, like towards the bottom. So if we should be better on both ends, in my opinion. And I think that also has to do with the fact that Nate McMillan can't rally them all together behind Trae Young. And he's not running like the greatest sets ever. Like Trae Young just sits in the corner whenever DeJounte's running a pick and roll. Like, come on, bro. So
yeah, true. But I think when it comes to McMillan, though, you got to give him at least like a year or two to really figure out the dynamic between Trae and Murray. Because that's like you're moving somebody who was like possibly one of the most. Well, no, not possible. He was one of the most on-ball dominant players in the NBA for the past 2 to 3 years, and now you have to like figure a dynamic between him and another ball handler to help maximize what the team is going to be. Like that's going to take time. Mm-hmm. Within that time, though, Trae can't shoot sub 33% from three, though.
Nah, that's a fact.
Like, he can't do that. Like he just can't.
Real talk, like that's what people really aren't realizing. For the fact of the matter is of us not winning games and our offense being really low is the fact that Trae's not playing like how Trae was before. So, and yes, that does have to do with that, but like still at the end of the day, I'm not just gonna let Trae Young, one of the quickest guys in the league, just sit in the corner at when DeJounte's running double high pick and roll. We could be doing so much more with DeAndre Hunter and Trae on the corner, or even DeJounte when Trae's running pick and roll. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much more they could be doing just than sitting in the corner for me. So yeah. But yeah, I ain't got no smoke. You lucky. I'm gonna come back for something though. Or if I hear you say something crazy today, I might have to slide back. But you know,
all right, man. Just all right. We'll see, man. We'll see, man.
Sure, bro.
Peace. Man, I need a smoke, dog. Cause I be hearing y'all talking crazy in the comment section on TikTok, all that, bro. I really and truly need to hear the smoke, bro. I need that smoke. Cause y'all just be chatting. I don't think y'all know what y'all talking about. Put your camera on, come up here, bro. We're gonna put you on the stage, bro. Put you on stage and really have you really going at it. They are low-key scared of me, though. No cap. Ah, my boy.
Oh yeah, you lucky. I left my book because your ass need to get in there. You off some liquor, some gin today?
Why?
With that LeBron shit you just said.
Luka couldn't make. You don't think Luka is better
you
now
said, hold
than
on,
LeBron?
First of all, you got the age wrong. You comparing LeBron James. We talking about 23, right? That's 08. That's 07, 08. LeBron led the league in scoring. He averaged 30. You know that, right?
Okay.
What do you mean? Okay. That means a lot. And then who the top 5 players in the league at that time was? LeBron, Kobe, Chris Paul, D Wade, Dwight Howard. At their peak, they are better than the players.
At 06? 06 wasn't
7, yes. 23, yes. What are you talking about?
Oh no. Well, he said 06 when we had that.
He wasn't 23 though.
So you talking about 08? 08.
Yes, but they're at the same age right now, 23. That's when LeBron led the league in scoring, right?
Okay, 08.
Yeah. So
no, Dwight Howard. If that's not peak Dwight though, that's not peak Dwight.
That's the Magic's Dwight. What are you talking about?
That's not peak Dwight.
Yes, Dwight was in his prime. He
was in his prime, maybe, but he wasn't in his peak.
And you said, bro, how do averaging 30 not in his prime?
No. You can say that, but I still think Luka isn't Luka leading the league in scoring right now as well.
Is he right now?
Yeah, he's averaging 34.
Yeah, I mean, but everybody's scoring. It changed every week though, so that don't count.
No, 34 is like a very wide margin.
No, what? So wait, who's the next guy up? Hold on, let me look it up.
I think maybe 30. I think he has like a 4-point margin between.
No, because I know Tatum was just up in there, and
Tatum has never averaged close to 34. Maybe 31, but not 34.
Okay, hold on, I'm finna tell you right now.
They're saying in the chat, they're saying Embiid.
Embiid, okay, so I know Embiid. Yeah, you saw it's a wise margin. He about 0.7, 1 point.
Okay,
1 point.
You can argue Embiid, but that's it.
Okay, so who the top 5 right now that you said? You said Luka,
Jokic, Giannis. I didn't even say Embiid. That's the crazy part. I said Steph and KD.
And you don't think Kobe, LeBron, Chris Paul, D Wade, and Dwight Howard can't mess with them?
Man, first of all, Dwight Howard has no business in this conversation at all. He has none.
Dwight, what year did he make the
No.
What year
did he make it in 09?
You do know that's literally
The 08 Redeem team.
What exactly? What
are you saying the top 5 today will beat the 08 Redeem team?
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, dog.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Oh my
All right,
god.
so I'm about to go to
keep it a
sleep.
bean.
I'm going to
keep
sleep.
I'm gonna keep it a bean.
You was late. You off that gin today?
I'm gonna keep it a bean. First of all, Dwight. I mean, let's be serious. Dwight does not belong in these conversations. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
So wait, so you think Dwight wasn't the top 75 player then? That's what you're trying to say?
No, you're top 75, but we talking about top 10, bro. We talking about
Dwight Howard was top 5 at that point in time in the league.
If he was, that's fine, but he does not deserve to be in a conversation with Giannis, Luka, and B, KD, Steph. No, bro, stop. Let's please stop. Yes, first of all, that's not his peak.
Luka,
that's
Luka,
the beginning of his prime.
Do you know Dwight led a team to the finals and beat LeBron?
What does that have to do?
That means Luka can't even get that. Luka just made it. At first, he couldn't get out the first round. You know that, right?
In 08,
all that ball hogging.
In 08, he did not make it. But in 08, he didn't make it out of the. He didn't make it to the finals in 08. And also, what do you have to do with your team? Your team, huh?
I mean, he led the team. What's really different from the Orlando Magic and the Mavericks right now?
They had to face the Warriors. That's the difference.
But also as a team,
yeah. But the reason why they didn't make it to the finals because they had to face the Warriors. That's why.
And Dwight Howard faces LeBron at his peak. What are you talking about?
What team is better, the Warriors last year or the 09 Cavs?
09 Cavs? You said the Warriors or the 09 Cavs?
Last year's Warriors or the 09 Cavs?
I'll probably say the Warriors because they got.
Then, so what are we talking about?
Well, we arguing the top 5 players though.
You came in here with team success. I don't know what you're talking about.
We argued. You said these players. So who you taking out the top 5 to put Luka in that top 5 at that point in time?
Bro, Dwight. Dwight is getting taken out. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Luka taking the same Magic team to the finals.
You're talking about another year. A, B, the team was built in a way they needed a center. So I'm not. No, do I think if you put Luka on the Magic and then remove Dwight and now they don't have a center? No, you can
get a shot blocker. So say if like you take Hito Turkoglu off, right? Put Luka and you put like Clint Capella. They still make it to the finals.
Clint Capella. Clint Capella is nuts. Actually, I would still say yes though.
You wow.
The Boston Celtics didn't have KG that year, and if you give Luka that level of floor spacing in 09, you're golden. But again, you're talking about a completely different year. We're talking about 08, correct?
07, 08. That's what Brown was 23.
Okay.
That's what we talking about.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with Dwight did not lead a team to the finals in 08. He didn't.
What year did he go to the finals again?
09.
A year later?
Okay, but we're not talking about that year.
But he was still a top 5 player and led the league in rebounds and blocks.
If he was a top 5 player, that's fine.
And he definitely went to the finals in 08. It was 08 on 09.
No, I'm talking about the 07-08 season was LeBron's 23 years old.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're right.
Okay, so if we're talking about the 08 season, in 08, he couldn't get out the second round.
07-08, they lost to
the Detroit Pistons. Okay, so in 07-08, if you're telling me the top 5 was Kobe and who else?
They said
Kobe, Chris Paul,
D Wade, and Dwight Howard. And you telling me the top 5 today players today better than them and they peak? No.
You think Giannis isn't better than right now Giannis isn't better than D Wade?
At his peak?
I think
Giannis the only person we got a case for, but Luka, I'm taking D Wade at his peak.
Do you think Giannis right now is better than D Wade?
At his peak? Probably so. That's the only one you got a case for. I'm not putting Luka over D Wade.
You don't think Steph is better than D Wade?
At his peak?
Right now?
Right now, no.
You're crazy.
Peak D Wade?
You're crazy.
Peak D Wade made Shaq play the second fiddle role. You understand that?
We're talking about 08 though. You're picking these other years. We're talking about exclusively 08. In 08,
that was peak D Wade. What are you talking about?
I'm not even arguing.
Only reason why he wasn't the best player in the position because Kobe was ahead of him.
I actually have no problem with Kobe being one if that's what we're going to argue.
Actually, they had LeBron ranked that one when I was looking at it. Technically, LeBron was
and
right.
I don't think if you think LeBron,
I don't know. It was Kobe. It was Kobe. I'm not arguing that.
I'm gonna say, but the problem with LeBron is that he wasn't the shooter he needed to be at that time, which is a massive problem. And also defensively, he had not yet hit his defensive prime in his stride. Up until really 2009, defensively, LeBron just wasn't it. Now, I still believe he was better than Luka defensively. That's fair enough. More athletic as well. But the gap in what they provide offensively, especially in terms of shooting the basketball, being a more versatile scorer, and it's not like Luka doesn't finish at a ridiculous rate as well. They both, Luka.
But now, but you're not comparing it to the time of the league that it is played, because now I know you're gonna quickly go with the floor spacing and shooting. The league is more based around shooting 3-point and jump shot. Now, at that point in time in the league, it was still big man driven and getting to the pace. I mean, get to the rim.
LeBron, even in that era, even at 2008, wasn't that good of a perimeter shooter at all.
He shot like 2-3 threes a game. I guarantee.
Even, right now, was he a good mid range shooter? Was he a good mid range shooter at that time?
He was solid.
Come on.
He was solid. He definitely was.
Why are we lying?
What did he shoot from the field?
He was still sub 50% at that time in his career. He was
sub 50 now. He's like 50
and he ain't a good shooter now.
He's shooting more. It's more attempts. You not understanding that.
But the thing is, at the time, first of all, LeBron in 2008 was attempting 5 threes a game.
Okay.
He was not a good shooter then, bro. He just wasn't.
And
we ain't got to lie.
What do you not understand?
I'm not arguing that. Luka's averaging 34. We ain't got to lie. LeBron was not a good shooter at that time.
Okay, so
he had not yet reached the stride to be an elite defender.
Luka usage rate is way higher than LeBron's.
I'm just talking about pure players.
He's a gun, he's a gun. He shoot the ball majority of the time of the Mavericks offense.
I'm talking about as a pure player, bro. There's more things that I can get from Luka offensively. I'm getting from LeBron.
But what about the defensive side of the ball?
I'm telling you, like LeBron is a better defender, but LeBron was not yet at his defender. But LeBron was not at his defensive peak to where it makes up for whatever you're lacking from Luka.
But Luka wasn't even close. Luka probably ain't a better defender than Mo Williams. What are you talking about?
Oh, see, now you're gassing it.
So he is.
Mo Williams. You're gassing it.
Luka probably better defender than Andre Miller. And I stand on it. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Remember when Patrick Beverly said cones? It was Luka. What are you talking about? He's one of those cones
Why did y'all bring up 06 season? I forgot how we got to the 06 season.
Because remember, we were talking about 23. I thought he was 23 in 2006. But with him being 23 in 2008, that's even worse for you, Lo.
So y'all name me the top 5 players in 08 then.
I gave it to you already.
No, I want them to name it. Because if it's Dwight, nigga, the top 5 is better right now. It's better right now.
Bro. He's literally the
top 5.
If he's saying Dwight was top 5 in 08, I don't mind. I'm not arguing against that.
The next year, what are you talking about?
I'm not arguing against that. But what I'm saying is, if he's top 5,
wait, so when was Dwight's prime, Lo? When was Dwight's prime?
Beginning in his prime. He's saying he peaked in 08. He definitely wasn't peaking in 08. He was peaking in like 2010 and 11.
So what big man was better than Dwight in 08?
That's kind of the problem, that there weren't that many great big men at that time. That's kind of the problem.
But Dwight was
because if Dwight played in today's game, he would not be the best big man in the league.
Oh, listen, we could leave. I don't even want to do the Dwight and Jokic comparisons. I don't want to do that.
Because who would y'all rather have? Would you rather have Jokic or Dwight?
It depends on
no. Leave Jokic out of this.
No, you know you'd rather have Jokic. You know you'd rather have Jokic. You know you'd rather have Jokic. You know you'd rather have Jokic.
But I want to talk.
It depends.
I want to talk Dwight and Embiid. Who do we take?
I'd rather have Embiid.
It depends on who your team, because if you got a guy,
it don't depend.
Because if you got a ball dominant player, so you got like Harden will probably play better with Dwight, like he did right now.
That's a Harden argument. We talking about who's better.
That's why I say you can't just say who's you rather have and not knowing who on the team. Because you got a ball dominant scoring guard, you don't want a guy like
not
Embiid.
A team that exists that I would rather have Dwight than Embiid.
So wait, the Warriors right now, would they be better with a prime Dwight or Embiid?
Embiid.
No way.
Dwight,
what are you talking about?
No way.
Every team would get better with Embiid. No, that's better than Harden. Better than
being
Dwight.
Nasty. Low.
With
Dwight, stop being nasty. Like stop.
You would
Golden
pick
State,
Dwight
stop
over
nasty.
Embiid?
Prime Dwight, yes.
For Golden State right now?
No.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna say why I agree with Lo with this one, even though you are nasty, Lo, just in general. But I'm gonna say why I agree with you, only because Draymond's there. So in the way you guys trip off floor spacing, I'm gonna say Draymond and Dwight may be a problem. That may be a problem.
Maybe that is a problem. That's
but defensively, though, it's far from a problem.
No, it
so yes, you might score a little less, but you allow far more less points.
I'm not even arguing defensively. Dwight is better than Embiid, but Embiid is still great defensively and a noticeably better, and I do mean noticeably better offensive player, and it's not even close. It's not even remotely close.
Well, he just shoot.
But what's going to be the problem when Joel's
he
trying to
shoots
shoot more
better,
threes
better
instead?
post. He shoots from three, mid, got a better free throw, better passer, and also he's a better post-up game. What are we talking about? In every aspect of offense, he's better. Outside of dunking the ball. You're taking Embiid. What are we doing?
Dwight. Easily too.
But Dwight wouldn't be the problem with that team, though. It's because Draymond Green's not shooting the ball. Because if he shot the ball like he used to, they'd be running the
problem is that you think that Dwight is in these conversations. That's the problem. That's the real problem.
He was a top 5 player at that time.
He was a top 5 player in the league where the next best center was who?
Yo, but look down here.
Okay.
We have these top 5 players that my man Cy threw in here. Bron, Kobe, D-Wade, CP3, and KG.
D-Wade's not over Embiid.
Is Luka better than any of these guys?
And at peak?
Right now, in this year, 2008. I would say
don't be nasty.
All of these guys
in
2008.
Low, don't be nasty. You taking Luka over D-Wade?
I'm taking Luka over Bron in 08, bro.
Oh, my God.
I'm taking him.
Bro, this man just made one Western Conference final. He been kicked out the first round.
It has nothing to do with team success. It has everything to do with who he is as a player.
Bro, do you know this is the most in the league where we seeing a lot of people averaging over like 27 points? How many people over right now in the league average over 27 points?
Forget the numbers.
You're not even questioning the defense of the league and how everybody's playing, bro. You just looking at stats.
Forget the numbers. Forget the numbers.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Forget the numbers.
Forget the numbers.
Forget the numbers.
Hey, I got a question. Look up the league averages for who averaged the most points at 08, 07, 08. LeBron led the league in scoring with 30. It's like 6 people averaging like 33 points. That's the question of the defense of the league. That's not saying these dudes are good.
Is Luka a better offensive player? Is Luka right now? Is Luka right now a better offensive player than LeBron?
Who? No.
What? Are you crazy?
Bro, he's a good bro. If you put anybody in the offense and say you shoot the ball majority of the time, Harden was averaging 33, 10, 15. Soon as he went to the Nets.
Harden in 2015.
DeMar DeRozan went to the Bulls last year averaging 30 because he was a gun, bro.
I'm not talking about numbers. You keep thinking I'm talking about numbers. I'm talking about what they actually do.
Bro, you're not looking at the fact
he can't shoot threes. He can't shoot it. In the playoffs, he drops. No, I'm not talking about that. I am talking about who they are as individual players.
That's fine, but you're not understanding the system that he's in.
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. Luka overseas was doing this. What am I talking about?
If you put any basketball player in a situation where you got the ultimate green light and the offense run through, you can shoot. You tell me you're not gonna put up crazy numbers.
LeBron,
low on the real. You can average 20. You can average 20 right now.
If you shoot the ball every time, you might miss 40 shots, but you probably get to the dub eventually. But
I'm not talking about getting to a dub or scoring. I'm talking about you think LeBron is going to miraculously become a better 3-point shooter and a better mid-range shooter than Luka. Why? Why would he become that?
If he shot as many but ahead of us front, yes, he would. What's the problem?
Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, bro. No, he would not. God. No, he would not. He would not miraculously become a better mid-range shooter and 3-point shooter because of floor spacing is around.
Wait, SB, we're gonna keep you up here. Let's bring somebody else in. We're gonna keep SB up here.
No, that's outrageous.
You lucky I got my book because I'll put your ass need to go in the book.
That's crazy. To think that he would just become a better 3-point shooter and mid-range shooter is crazy.
Yo, Chris D. We got Low up here. We got SB Talk Sports. We got Ron and Shaq up here. I need you to chime in and let me know who is tripping up here. Who's just off the rocker right now?
Low, respectfully, listen, I love your takes, dog, but I don't see how you think that Luka is getting past the Celtics in that playoff series.
When did I say that?
I asked you that question.
What did you ask?
I asked, could Luka take that Boston team to 7 games?
Is that getting past
they would beat them? No, you said that he possibly would. Now I want to know why.
I said possibly, but I said he was going to get it. If you think he can get to 7 games against that Celtics team?
I don't think Luka would.
Why?
Because realistically, they be pressuring him like all over the place, and
they pressured LeBron, and they got to
right. But LeBron has the physicality to deal with that. I don't think Luka does.
He did when he shot sub 40%. He did.
You know what's crazy? He ain't gonna question how Paul Pierce gonna be cooking Luka though, because LeBron had to play defense on Paul Pierce averaging 30 on Luka.
He probably be guarding Rondo. Luka probably just guard Rondo.
And Rondo gonna put up a dub on
Rondo gonna go around him.
What are you talking
about? Oh my God! Stop!
No,
he would not.
No, Chrissy, no, he's not. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Chrissy, that was nasty.
I guess.
In 08, no, Rondo is not. Let's stop lying.
That was a little nasty.
No, he's not.
Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck.
All right, you know what? But listen, regardless, in any case, the defensive prowess between LeBron and Luka, I don't think it's close. I think Luka is too ball dominant for anyone to really.
LeBron was too ball dominant then as well.
No. Listen, Luka's time of possession and the time he has the ball is top 5 all time, like all time. LeBron's season, even in 09, didn't even crack top 50. That was the longest time of possessions and his usage rate. Like it's not even top 50.
Yeah,
Luka's top 5 right now.
Because the game was just different back then. The game was different. So if he played in an era where they wouldn't allow him to do that, then say it again.
You want to think that Luka's game wouldn't be different though? Like
last year when the ball was out of his hands, because he had Jalen Brunson more than it is right now, he was still great. What are we talking about?
I'm not talking about him. No, I'm not talking about him being great individually, but the rules right now are not the same as what they were back then.
What I'm saying is last year he had the ball out of his hands more times than he does this year because he had Jalen Brunson on the team, right?
Right.
Okay, and he was still putting up great numbers. He was still the same player. What are we talking about?
No, but are you talking about Luka on that Cavaliers team, or are we talking about Luka's team right now against that?
I'm saying that Luka's ability to dominate the ball isn't necessarily contingent on how great of a player he is, because last year when he's playing alongside Jalen Brunson and the ball wasn't in his hands as often, he was still great. He was still great.
So who's Luka's second option right now that has any chance of getting past that? I said
it's possible just because obviously that team, they were able to really win games off of what they brought to the table defensively. Defensively, that was a great unit that forced everybody else to struggle. So it wasn't just that, it wasn't a simple fact that he's scoring more, but also the fact that it was just defensively they were great as well. Throughout an entire postseason run, up until really the finals, bro, the Celtics were struggling all postseason run. It took 7 games. It took 7 games to the Atlanta Hawks for them. So what are you saying that now all of a sudden the Hawks is that great of a team? The Hawks were a losing record. If I'm replacing the point guard with somebody else, then you just find me a defensive small forward to put on Paul Pierce. That's it.
Who? Tell me who.
It could be anybody. He was struggling against everyone. He was struggling against the Hawks. Who's defending him in the Hawks?
Kill, because now you put Luka on Rondo and you try to run. The Celtics are going to actually eye him and put him on the island and cook him.
No, they're not.
Why wouldn't they do that? They do that to every player who's a liability on defense. You just think Luka just go out here dribbling, doing step backs, and just scoring and winning series. It's not going to work like that.
But they weren't doing that back then, though.
Wait, low, but like also, what? Do you think that Luka is going to crack 10, like 9 or 10 threes a game back then? Low, don't you think that
he's not making 9 or 10 threes now? What are we talking about?
No, he's attempting.
He's not attempting 9 or 10 threes now.
There's no way he isn't.
He's attempting like 7 or 8.
So wait, low, I got a question. So wait,
that's still a lot compared to 08.
Is the Clippers with Kawhi and Paul George better than the Big Three Celtics?
Do I think they're better than the Big Three Celtics? No, but I think they were a better match.
Oh wait, so Luka can't even beat them, but you just think they just gonna get past?
Yeah, because he was a rookie and sophomore. He's a better player. People improve.
What has Luka done? What has Luka done?
His three-point shot is noticed to be better now than what it was before. He was shooting sub 33% in his rookie and sophomore season. What are you talking about?
His Luka game has not changed at all.
Somebody shoots 30.
No, I can do that. No.
What changed about it? You said he's shooting a better percentage.
He's shooting better from three, better from mid. He's a better playmaker and decision maker now than he was in his rookie season. And he has a bigger body as well.
Or he just got the ball more because Jalen Brunson's gone. His usage rate went up. What are you talking about?
I said 3-point percentage. He became a better 3-point shooter. What does that have to do with him having the ball?
He's literally still taking the same shots, bro.
His accuracy from three has gotten better. Why are we arguing this right now?
Well, my thing is with Luka, he's taking more of a volume now compared to his volume is about the same.
What are we talking about, Chad?
Yeah,
Chad, what are we talking about? What are we? Yo, LeBron in 08 was attempting 22 shots a game. Luka is attempting 23. What are we talking about?
I'm just talking
what
about.
What are y'all talking about?
I'm just talking about from the three. Like from three. Not a whole lot of dudes was cracking eight threes a game. Not back then.
From three. Let's take away 3 3-pointers for Luka. So he's attempting 5 3-pointers a game, the same way LeBron was attempting 5 3-pointers a game back then. He would still be a better 3-point shooter. What are we arguing?
But you're not acknowledging the fact that the Mavs have better spacing, so Luka can operate and shoot the threes like that.
Oh no, that's a much better argument. You want to argue the dynamic between
what you're not saying that though. You can't just say they shooting. No, bro. If you want to argue that, that's a greater argument. That's a much better argument.
SB, we gonna keep you up here low. Chris, you got anything else before we bring somebody else in?
Chris, you got one final point to cook low. Put him in a blender if you have it. If you got that in your bag, this is your time.
My thing is, I just think that Luka scoring back in 08 is gonna drop. Him being a liability as a defender back then, especially if you put him out on an island, I just think that it's just not enough to get past that.
If he's defending Rondo, who's putting him on an island?
Just anybody can.
Who? If he's defending Rondo, who?
Chris, that's not gonna cut it. Rondo.
Man.
Rondo?
Who? No. Who?
It could be Rondo, Pierce, KG. Like
he's defending Rondo. He's defending Rondo.
Mm-hmm.
You just guarantee that. So wait. So Mo Williams gonna be guarding Paul Pierce or Ray Allen?
Are we switching play the same way you gave me Clint Capella? Are you not gonna give me a defensive oriented small forward?
Who? Somebody. Pick and roll.
I mean, you name me one. Who you want?
And back then, pick and roll with Rondo because he
was You want Reggie Bullock or something? Who you want? Tell me who you
Trevor
want.
Ariza. Trevor Ariza.
Paul Pierce cooking him.
I'm not saying he's not cooking him, but that's who will be defending him. Not
series over in 5 games. If you tell me you add Trevor Ariza and Luka series 5 games.
No, y'all bugging. Okay, to the pick and roll argument. Back then, they were not spamming pick and rolls. If you actually watched it, they would just lay off of Rondo and they would go under screens. They would not spam pick and roll. That's that new shit that y'all be watching. Back then, Rondo used to stay at the top of the key, dribble the ball, and let Ray Allen and Paul Pierce run off screens and then kick it off to them. That's what Rondo would do. And then as soon as he passed the ball, whoever was defending him would then leave him and go help on the other players. That's what they would do back then. I know y'all. I can tell some of y'all are young. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. It's cool. No, right. That's what they would do. That's what they would do. They wouldn't run no pick and roll. They wouldn't run pick and roll, dog.
Yo, Chris, appreciate you for coming up here. We'll catch you next time.
Till next time.
Man, all right, bro. Yo, before I bring the next person up here, I ran a poll. I said, is Low cooking so far? 69. Nasty number, because you're nasty, Low, said yes to that. So 69% of the people viewing think Low is cooking right now. Low, do you believe you're cooking?
Low, don't take that.
I am cooking, bro.
You gonna take it on that number, Low? You
hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I voted so we can get to 70, dog. We get a higher number than that.
I'm finna, with the poll up, I'm finna vote down so I go right back to 69.
Run I don't know if Ron Artest is gonna be. I don't know if Ron Artest is accessible. I was trying to give a reasonable teammate, not somebody like who's one of the best defenders.
I mean, just pick somebody with a play style. That's why I picked somebody to play style of like how you gonna consider the white play. I could Clint Capella, defending, dunker, blocker. So I put a player that play style. And I said he gonna play the Hedo Turkoglu role.
How about this? What if it was Shane Battier?
You don't have no big man. Oh, he's on that team?
No, on that team. If you gave me Shane Battier alongside Luka, or is that too good of a defender?
No, it's 6 games.
No, they getting a 7, dog. I'm sorry to tell you.
No, he's not, bro.
I'm sorry to tell you, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell y'all, dog.
Yo, Gabe, we coming to you next, bro.
Yo, hello.
What up?
It's good, y'all.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't even think that Luka takes that bad, to be honest with you. But I do think you're underrating LeBron's defense a little bit that year. No, wait.
LeBron defense in that situation, sure, I guess. But there's games where they won and LeBron shot terribly from the field, from behind the yard. He just had bad shooting performances, which is fine. It was one of the greatest defensive units of all time. That's fine. But, bro, if Luka is guarding Rondo and you give me a defensive-oriented wing, then no, bro. We would have the same matchups. We had the same matchups.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's that bad, because I'm one of the people that do believe if you have all-time great, like if you're giving me all-time great offensive production, it can outweigh if you're giving me elite offense, good defense, or even elite offense, elite defense. So I'm not that mad about the take, but I think it's time we be honest about Giannis, man. When am I gonna?
Wait, before you do that, real quick. The first game that they won in that series, LeBron put up 21 points and shot 5 for 16 from the field. That was the first one they got in that series. Mm-hmm. The second win they got in that series, LeBron put up 21 points again and shot 7 for 20 and only got to the free throw line 8 times. But they were winning games even with LeBron putting up 21 points. You telling me that Luka putting up 21 and they can't win games?
What was the score of those games, Lo?
88 to
exactly
77.
Like they putting up 110 and 120 points.
I'm not saying they not. What I'm saying is Luka can drop from 33 points to 25 points, and it would still be enough to win games.
You understand that it was a defensive game more that time, so that's why the numbers are low. So if Luka's giving up 10 to 15 points on every matchup he's
not giving up 10 to 15 because it's Rondo.
They're going to switch them off, bro.
They're not going to. They weren't running those type of sets back then.
So how was Ray Allen getting open?
He was running pin. They were running pin down or baseline screens for him.
So you think they're not going to put Luka in those situations to get Ray Allen open?
Why would they? Why Luka's not defending Ray Allen? But Luka's not defending Ray Allen though.
They won't put him in the situation to pin down to get him there, so he can switch off on him. You don't
he's
think
never defending? He's defending Rondo at the top of the key.
So you don't think they're gonna run no pick and roll? Like you act like
no, they're not. They didn't do that.
They never did that.
Even if they did,
they never did that.
Wait, but that's actually how they lost
in the pick and roll.
I'm not saying he would just drop in the pick and roll and went and switch.
Drop or hard hedge.
And it was even crazy. That's how they lost in 2010 is because Kobe was sitting there just roaming around off Rondo because they never actually got Kobe off.
Hold on, wait, Lo, you got Luka over Kobe?
No. I'm just saying that's how they won in 2010. I said no. I said
Luka
no.
over Kobe.
I said no, Shaq. Calm down.
Hold on, because we gotta run down this whole top 5. I just have to know Dream Hoops, and I want to hear your take on this as well. We got you up here, bro. I want to hear how you feel about this because you're agreeing with Lo. So Kobe, we can just leave Kobe out of this
for sure.
Now let's go to Tim Duncan next. Is he better than Tim Duncan?
In 08, not 06, in 08.
You know in 2007, Tim Duncan got a Finals MVP, I believe.
Okay, so Giannis and Jokic are both better than Tim Duncan as well.
In 08?
The 08 version of Tim Duncan,
yes.
Right after Finals MVP.
He didn't win Finals MVP.
I believe.
It was the year before. He won Finals MVP the year before.
He didn't win Finals MVP in 07.
Okay. Sorry, but
if I'm not mistaken, in 08 is when Duncan's I think either his knees, he had something like really bad. That's when he really started to decline because he was dealing with injuries in 08.
First of all, Lo, you disgusted because you just said
what?
You disgusted because you just said he over LeBron but not Kobe. And every point that you argue why Luka's over Kobe, Luka over Bron, Luka's stats is better than Kobe at that.
Because I'm not using stats. You think that I'm using stats, but
what's the difference dynamic?
Kobe was a better defender, better shooter, better.
His percentages are lower. Huh? Both of them. What are you talking about? What's that time? Yes. What's Kobe 3-point percentage in 07-08?
It wasn't no 31%.
Low, but you can get it to us. What was it?
Hey, trust me, it wasn't no 31%.
He shot 36% on 5 attempts.
36, so it's better than Luka's.
I'm
It's done. I'm cooking. It's done, dog. It's done. Kobe was better than that man, Bron. He was a better defender, better shooter, better mid-range shooter as well. He was better than him, bro.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
So you said so 3-point shooting and defending is the only reason why Kobe is better.
3-point shooter, defender, mid-range shooter as well. Even that year, I think that's one of the better playmaking seasons of Kobe also. He was a better player, bro. He was better. I'm sorry to tell y'all.
Once again, so he's only better. So he shoot 3 because he's not a better playmaker than Luka, right?
I don't think he's a better playmaker than Luka or LeBron. No, I'm not saying that.
So if you put Luka on that Lakers team, they don't be better. No, you said they'd be better with Kobe, right?
With the dynamic of the triangle offense, they better with Kobe. Cause I would have to like believe that Luka's gonna be better post and mid-range scorer than Kobe, and I don't believe that.
You just
they're not Phil Jackson allowing Luka to stand at the top of the key.
It wouldn't work as good.
Yeah, they're not Phil Jackson not allowing Luka to stand at the top of the key and run pick and roll over and over again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how the triangle offense works. So we're gonna have an intellect basketball talk up here, dog. You can't fool me with them shenanigans, dog.
No, I just
you can't. You can't.
I'm looking at it right now. I had the answer in front of me the whole. I'm looking at it right now. That's why I asked.
Dream
hoops. You got
what's good. But you know, over these last 2-3 years, these Giannis conversations I keep having because I am a Giannis fan, but the people are trying to make Giannis seem like this undisputed best player in the world, shouldn't be questioned, and I just never thought that, to be honest with you. Because anytime I would have Curry or even bring up Jokic, that was just so outrageous. So I gotta know, Lo, what's your stance on Giannis right now? Or
right now?
Before? Yeah, your stance on Giannis.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not too high on Giannis because he's not. His mid-range shot is just cooked this year. It's cooked. It's finished.
Yeah, it is the best player in the league.
I don't mind accepting Jokic as the best player in the league right now. I don't mind accepting that.
So because Giannis's mid-range isn't falling, he's not the best player in the league.
I think it's close though. Like if you say Giannis, I'm not going to really argue you down. I just think that Giannis's mid-range being that cooked, and also he's hurt as well. He's been hurt for the last 2 to 3 weeks. That's why he's starting to sit out games. So he's not even up par to what type of player he was. Defensively, he's slight regression, especially on the perimeter. He's just not the same player. But again, he's injured though. He's injured. I want to be clear. Like over the past month of basketball, he's been on and on. He's been injured. So yeah, let's be clear about that as well.
So it's no debate right now. Jokic is the best player in the NBA. Dream hoops, you believe that?
Ron, did you not just hear me?
Steph to me is just better.
Ron, did you not just hear me? Did you not just hear me? I just said if you have Giannis, I don't mind. I'm not going to argue that. So that means that it is debatable.
I got you, but I'm asking Dream Hoops because he's the one that asked the question. He said that he doesn't believe that Giannis is all of that. Am I right?
Well, yeah, I don't think he's the way people are trying to make it seem like he was this undisputed one, like it couldn't be questioned, especially because I do want to talk about Giannis in the postseason. Because Giannis against top tier defenses, at least as the stuff we have now, he's dropped. He's just dropped in the postseason when he's played tough defenses. We have it against the Boston series. If you want to say Chris Middleton being out, that was okay.
I'm about to say that definitely.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, but 2021 when he played the Miami Heat, he dropped in that series too. Even though they swept him, he dropped in that series as well. And then 2020, he did deal with an injury there as well. Then 2019.
It's 2019. It's really 2019 and 2021.
Exactly. That's the point. Is that I feel like a guy like Steph, Jokic, it's just.
But Steph drops as well against elite level defenses. Yeah, Steph drops against elite level defenses.
Yeah, that is true. But the way Giannis drops, especially his half court creation in the postseason, especially with the team surrounding him and all that, it's just I've always been on that stance. Like I don't know why Giannis has been this undisputed one. Every time I've asked,
I think the reason why they put Giannis ahead of him because his defensive side. I think offensively, their impact is pretty much the same. I think Giannis is better in transition. Jokic shows his impact through the half court, but offensively, they impact the court the same way. And then it's like the deciding factor going to be defense. And I think that's why they put Giannis on top. And he got the job done. They got a ring.
Exactly. So that's what I just want people to just add the context though, because
hey, Lo, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say this because it ain't found. Somebody really want me to cook you. I got an Instagram message say, hey, they say LeBron is 3% above the league average in 08. Luka is 3% above the league average this year. LeBron was able to produce nearly the same amount of points per possession in a slower pace of error, which is facts. I ain't gonna say it like I could, but somebody want me to cook you.
Once more, my argument was never about the amount of points per game averages between the two. That's not my argument. And I don't think anyone here would argue that Luka isn't a better mid-range and three-point shooter. I don't think anyone would argue that. Those are my arguments.
At that point in time.
Yeah,
I would take LeBron, even though he's not a better shooter, because his shot selection is better. Luka take terrible shots and will shoot his team out the game and has shot his team out the game multiple times on multiple occasions.
Also,
and done it this year too.
Also, Luka isn't a playoff dropper either, though. That's another problem with LeBron. At that time, LeBron's numbers was like noticeably dropping in the postseason. Luka's numbers have either stayed the same or they've elevated. Chat, it's getting cooked in here, chat.
I saw Ace 36.
No, you know that. No, wait, now look, Paul, it's hard to say that because how many of his series he got kicked out the first round?
He was matching.
That's one series. Going off stats of one series.
But he's going up against one of the best defensive teams in the league and a team that is defensively set to defend him as well.
I will give you your point. If I'm going to look right now, is Luka numbers better this last playoff run he had, his longest playoff run?
Luka's playoff run. No, he dropped last year, but it wasn't as bad.
I wonder why he dropped, because he played more than 7 games.
No, but also he didn't drop as bad as LeBron though. He didn't drop as bad as LeBron.
Playing whole series. How many times LeBron got kicked out the first round?
No, but even if you look at the whole series when he's making deeper postseason run, LeBron still at that time in his career was definitely seeing noticeable drops.
I guarantee you that Luka's stats would never look like how his first two. The first one, that second one. We're going to go out the second because that's what's number. He averaged like 35.
He played more than multiple noticeable drops in which series? Like, what are the series?
I think if I'm not mistaken, Luka saw a noticeable drop against the Warriors, is where it was a noticeable drop. Against Utah and Phoenix, there was no noticeable drop. If anything, he might have been just as good, actually. If I'm not mistaken. He only
played the Clippers the other 2 years, so that's one series.
So, but in a 13-game sample size, his numbers didn't drop.
So if I go look in one of LeBron playoff runs in his only one round, I guarantee his numbers probably look like that too.
Not as good as Luka's.
Nah, I disagree. Because
he's shooting 50% from the field and 40% from behind the arc.
That Orlando Magic series alone, stats look ridiculous. So I'm saying
the volume stats look ridiculous, but the shooting don't. The volume stats do.
Around that point in time, though his numbers are fine.
I mean, yeah. I'm looking at 09. LeBron was. Let me see. He was He was a +8 efficiency in that series.
The volume looks fine.
Let's see. LeBron swept the Pistons in that first round. LeBron James. No. So look, if we took LeBron James stats only from first round, like your Luka guy, LeBron James averaged 32 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, and a block. He shot 50% from the field, and I ain't gonna lie, he shot terrible for 3. He shot 17% for 3. He shot
Who's
terrible.
That? What series is this?
That's when they swept the Pistons, the first round of the year we talking about, 08-09. So
we're not talking about, I thought we were talking about 07, 08.
Of course your numbers gonna look crazy.
I thought we were talking about 07, 08.
07, my bad.
And plus, okay, but let me be clear. The Pistons in 09 were the 16th ranked defense. They were not a good defensive team. The Clippers were a good defensive unit. Okay. His numbers not dropping against a good defensive unit, a great defensive unit, is impressive. That's impressive, bro.
07, 08. He played against the Wizards, 6-game series.
That's not a good defensive team.
I'm going off the point that you only going off one round of stats and saying that he killed, his stats didn't drop. He played one round. If he would have played multiple rounds, like every year, his stats are going to drop, bro. That's just a series stats. No, I'm saying you could pick that argument apart. You only saying one series.
No, I'm saying against great defensive units, against the Clippers, his numbers didn't drop. The only time his numbers have dropped against a really great defensive unit were against the Warriors.
Is the Orlando Magic a great defensive unit?
In 09, yes, I think that's a really great example.
What did LeBron average for that series?
In 09, though, I would argue that Luka is going to be. LeBron is better than Luka.
Answer. What did LeBron average at Orlando?
I got to interject right quick. I want to read off this super chat and then Dream Hoops. I need you to get off your last final point. My man Logan Masaic. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. He said, "How many times has MJ been kicked out of the first round?" He said that
3
doesn't
times?
mean anything. Luka was putting up monster stats against Kawhi and PG. Dream Hoops, do you have anything to say about this? And Dream Hoops, I want to know, are you siding with Low or are you against Low?
About for the Luka and LeBron argument, I'm siding with Low on that one. Like I don't. It's not crazy to say Luka. Luka now. It's not as crazy as B. It's not.
Yeah.
Luka now versus LeBron in 08. It's not crazy to think Luka's better, especially how good Luka is offensively. Like you can argue just Luka's what he's doing, giving you as a offensive player is higher than what LeBron can give you offensively and plus his defense. You really could.
So Luka
at the time,
not 09, because LeBron
in 09, I'm clearly taking LeBron.
Yes,
yeah,
I'm taking LeBron in 09 too. But we're talking about 08 LeBron James versus
average 30. He led the league in scoring. You know,
I'm in 09, he was a better player in 09. He was a better player.
He was just a better player.
He was a better player in 09.
I think y'all just taking advantage of what the league is today because everybody.
I'm telling you,
the fifth person right now, the fifth lead scorer, Shai Gilgeous led the league in scoring that year. LeBron led the league in scoring. You understand?
No, wait, but I'm comparing 09 LeBron to 08 LeBron, and 09 LeBron was just a better player. He was a noticeably better player.
I'm not denying that.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm gonna try to make these quicker.
The link is in the chat. If you guys want to join, I see you guys are spamming L host. Matter of fact, everybody that's saying L host, the link's in the chat. You bring your ass up here and tell me L host to my face. Now we can turn it into this. Now nobody wants to do this. Hey, SB, all of a sudden nobody want to do this. Yo, but the link is in the chat. Y'all come and join. Come to Baylor. Here we go. This is what you guys want, right? This is what you want?
Mars and I are going to agree. We're going to agree on things.
Everybody's going to cap with him too, or now you're going to tell them the truth, man?
Well, it depends. What do you think the truth is? I mean, I'm here. My main thing is I'm waiting to get into this John Stockton discussion. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so what's up with that?
Mars, look, can I ask you a question?
What's that?
Like
Stockton was trash.
No. It's nothing to do with Stockton. I'm stuck on LeBron. So you think Luka, granted with everything that's going on and the advantages he has in today's game, I played against Luka, no knock, but do you think he'll have a better career than LeBron James?
No, not a better career. No.
I think LeBron
the same
is
longevity
at this age. But
I think a lot. The reason why I'm saying no is a large price to just do it defensively, because the following year, like I said in 09, LeBron started to play defense to a level in which I don't think Luka will ever even touch. That alone,
I don't think Luka's going to touch 08 LeBron defensively.
Yeah, but
I still think he was very good defensively in 08. I just think he took a jump in 09.
But I think 08 offensively, I'm taking this year Luka comfortably over 08 LeBron offensively.
So you're taking Luka?
No, Ron, don't stop this. Mars, what do you have to say to that?
About I thought you were gonna say John Stockton.
I can't say comfortably. I get it because I think Luka is more polished offensively, but I also think the way the game was played in 08, LeBron having the extra athleticism, B, the ability to get to the rim better and create for his teammates that way. Plus the off-ball game, LeBron wasn't as ball dominant as Luka is at all. It's not even close.
Facts.
LeBron worked well off the ball, very well off the ball in my opinion in Cleveland. He just didn't have to do it as much because you need him with the ball, but he worked well off the ball. He was a great cutter. He was a great screener. He moved well. He would actually make plays without the ball, whereas I don't think Luka's doing that at all or as much as he should. The argument for Luka is the skilled aspect. I think he's a better post player than LeBron, better outside shooter. The passing, I think he creates more like from the perimeter out the pick and roll, but I still think LeBron was probably maybe the best passer in the NBA, second or third best passer in the NBA at that time, creating just as many opportunities, in my opinion. It's just they do it differently. So I would still take LeBron. It's mainly because I think he was a very good defender at that point. I think he's a 7 or 8 out of 10. He just elevated in 2009. Offensively, I think the ability for him to get to the rim more consistently, finish at the rim, in my opinion, better than Luka with the spacing around him. I'm still taking that version of LeBron over Luka, but I don't think it's crazy to say Luka's better, but I just have LeBron by like a slight edge.
Who's better, LeBron or Kobe that year?
Kobe.
Okay.
Kobe.
I think Kobe was the best player in the world in 2008.
So what's wrong with my Stockton take?
I was finna ask. So wait, this is my thing about the Stockton thing, right? So wait, you dock Stockton saying that his playmaker wasn't all that because he played with Carmelo majority of his career, right?
No, I knock it. I knock it because he was just throwing it into the post.
So why you don't dock Magic Johnson? Because what besides the transition, what did he do?
Because even he played years without Kareem and was still an extremely great passer.
He was in the transition.
No, even in half court.
Okay, so
in the 91
this
finals,
something I said before. Y'all gonna think this nasty, and I don't even care. But besides the flashiness of passing and then transition, where he's great, playmaking alone. What's the real difference between Magic and Draymond Green when it comes to playmaking? I'm not laughing.
Because I'm gonna take it as serious because Magic actually was a scoring threat and Draymond isn't. So teams would actually defend Magic in a way in which he would actually garnish way more attention when he had the ball in his hands than Draymond.
Can Magic set a high screen off the pick, get the ball in the middle and dish it? Like that, because Magic can't set no pick and set it in the half court set. Because I can say Draymond Green is a better passer in the half court because he run.
He's not even close.
If you want to say he's a better passer in the short roll, because Magic never
in
played
the short roll.
I think Magic only get really a better besides like the flash and with the transition.
SB, are you trying to go home?
Yeah, because that was a crazy take. That was
I don't know why you entertained that.
I'm waiting on my release to get off in a minute, but in the studio. But no, I'm dead serious. I'm asking the question.
No, I know you're dead serious. I am too. Are you really going to come up here?
I got a question for SB. SB, where you got Magic right now in the league if he was like implemented right now? Like you can do slight alterations, like maybe he has a midi, maybe he shoots like 32, 33 from three. Where would you have him as a top player?
Shoot better than
as a player.
Okay, like 35. 35 is solid.
I mean, yeah, because it's obviously his shoe gonna get better because of the air they playing. They're gonna train them to be like shooting. But
he shot 38%.
He just became a good shooter later.
Yeah, I'm like, see, look, y'all thinking I'm saying that Draymond Green is on the level of I'm talking about playmaking, like with the passing. Y'all act like Draymond Green is Draymond Green is a great passer.
Wait, so as passers, do you think that in a similar tier?
But without the flashiness, yes.
No. In a half court setting, you think they're in a similar tier?
Yes. In a half
so Draymond Green clears him defensively. Is a similar tier of passing, which is the only reason you think Magic's better.
Magic offensively is great, but Draymond Green impact on the defensive side just as much as Magic do on the offensive side. So there's like the same.
Basically, they have the same impact on winning.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, they have a great impact on winning.
Magic's like one of the 5 best offensive players ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
Magic's like one of the 5 best offensive players ever. Draymond isn't a top 5 defender of all time. So it's not the same.
You said Magic a top 5 offensive player of all time?
Yes. Even if you want to say top 10,
SB,
Draymond still isn't a top 10
go what you want to go with.
Yeah, even if you wanted to say top 10,
I would say top 10.
SB, follow your heart. Yeah,
I have him top 5, but if you have him top 10, Draymond's still not top 10.
I want to be clear. I just want to be very clear. SB, are you no? Forget that. Are you telling me that Draymond in a half court set is just as good as a playmaker as Magic?
Yes, because he can do stuff Magic can't do when it comes to play. Can Magic set a high screen, go off the screen, and dish it?
No, he can't.
No, he's not going to do that.
But can Magic set a high screen? So time out.
Show me a highlight. Or tell me what a Google.
Do you know why Magic wasn't setting high screens? Do you know why Magic wasn't setting high screens? Because he was so elite. Because he was so elite, he demanded the ball in his hand. It's a reason why LeBron doesn't set high screens. It's a reason why Luka doesn't set high screens. And these are all big players. It's a reason why Jason Tatum, for instance, doesn't set high screens. And these are all players around the same height. The reason why these dudes don't set high screens is because they have to have the ball in their hands because they are the best ball handlers / playmakers on their team.
Exactly.
So if Draymond was a better scorer, playmaker than Steph Curry, somebody else Kevin Looney would be setting screens for him.
Yo, TikTok, have a ball with this one, dog. Have a ball with this one. Because you're done. You're done on TikTok.
Low, you know better. You know how I come, but that's dead. You know.
No, but that's a ridiculous take. You're telling me that they're the same? That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous take. That is an outrageous take.
So where's Draymond at when it comes to playmaking?
Not in Magic's tier. Not even close.
Like all time? Wait, hold on. Like all time?
They're not even in the same stratosphere.
They're not even the same.
I literally said take
the flash out. Transition in the half court set, they're still not in the same.
Magic better than him in transition.
I said take it out. Take that out. Take the flash
In
shot.
half court. What did
Magic Johnson is still a noticeably better passer and playmaker.
So in the half court, explain.
SB, just hold up right quick. Hold your thought. I'm about to bring somebody in right now.
Oh my God! It better not be old. I thought it was gonna be an old head. I was gonna be.
Hey, what's up, bro? How y'all doing?
Yo, I'm good.
I can't. Your mic muted.
Your mic just went out. Your mic just went
out. Cut out.
Isaac, what do you say? I mean, it's a boss. What are you saying?
It's all right, man. But
I'm sorry. Ron is chatting it up, and nobody can hear a single word from him right now.
I think he got a Magic jersey, and I offended him with that one. Ron said he.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we
hear you. We hear you.
All right, I got a question for all y'all. Where y'all got Kobe ranked all time?
4.
8, I think.
I got him 6.
Who said 4?
Me.
All right, that's good. But here's another question. As a Laker, who do you think is better, Magic Johnson or Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Bryant.
Who's better? I think Kobe's better. Who's greater? I would probably say Magic.
Kobe for both probably.
All right, damn. I thought one of y'all was gonna say something like 10 or some shit. I was about to debate.
20 years into work, bro. You can't question.
You thought someone was gonna have Kobe at 10 all time.
No, like
chill not
up here. Yeah, you gotta go and chill for that one.
I really don't understand why people don't have Kobe in their top 5. That's just me though, because like even though Kobe for his like first 3-4 years came off the bench, nowhere to be found, he still made it work with Shaq, and like he was arguably better than Shaq in some of those series. Besides the finals, I'll give Shaq the finals. But I don't understand why people always say like, "Oh, Kobe, Shaq carried Kobe, or Kobe underperformed this, that, and the other." I just don't get that.
Yeah, those people are wrong to say Shaq carried Kobe, but I think we all agree with that. And
we all agree. Outside of the first run, Kobe definitely was on par in many series with Shaq. So wait, do you? Because then if you think Kobe's top 5, and I'm pretty sure SB probably feels the same way as well. Where's Tim Duncan at then?
Oh no,
that is a good question, though. That is a really good question. Honestly,
after he answers this, I'm finna come back and fry your ass because I done caught you in a trap. Yeah, don't start now. I done caught you in a trap. Nah, get him. It's the boss. Get him, and then I'm come and just really in the stream on you, Lo.
I do want to get to the John Stockton talk, but what do you have? What do you have Tim Duncan at?
No, it's the boss. Go ahead, Lo. I'm very patient right now. You know when you got it, and when you got somebody, and you can see a clear move to checkmate somebody.
Ron, if you do nothing,
he got you again.
I know you better do something.
I'm gonna be so disappointed.
You better do something.
The ticket. I didn't study your style. I didn't watch how you debate. You're done now.
It's the boss. Get it up.
All right. And Tim Duncan, I honestly have him interchangeable with Larry Bird, but I have Tim Duncan 7. But he could also be 6, and I have Magic 5.
Right. Never mind. That's fine. Then.
Where's Shaq at on your list?
Shaq, I have him. Y'all probably gonna say this is low, but I have Shaq 10.
So who's 11?
11. I'd probably say Hakeem.
You have Steph over Shaq.
Crazy.
No, I have Steph 12.
Okay.
But that means you got to have Bill Russell.
You have Larry Bird over Shaq?
No, yeah, I have Larry Bird over Shaq.
Can we hear your top 10, please? Because I'm getting confused. Can we just hear your top 10?
I can probably piece it together.
MJ, Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Kobe, Magic, Bird, Duncan, Bill, Wilt, and Shaq.
What's your criteria? Because your top 10 always opinion. I ask, what's your criteria for your top 10? Because I can debate your criteria. I can't debate that's your opinion.
Wait, where did you have Bird again? I'm sorry. Wait, where do you have Bird?
6. Bird was 6.
I got Bird 6, right outside the top 5.
Okay. Yeah, what's your criteria for your top 10?
Honestly, I rate him off a peak. And yes, I know that if I'm rating it off a peak, that Shaq is very low. But honestly,
lost me. I'm gonna lie.
No, but like from where I see it, Shaq can honestly be interchangeable with Bill and Wilt as well. But I just have Shaq 10 because
Shaq should be top 5 if you're talking about peak.
Right.
I have so many issues.
And Hakeem should be in your top 10 if you're talking about peak.
That's why I ask criteria. I don't ask the 10. I ask what your criteria is, because then that's when the questions you can break that down.
It's not really only Pete. No, I just mainly consider Pete.
So what else do you consider?
I also consider other things
You have
too.
to
Like
start considering a lot of things to get Shaq from top 5 to 10. Because that's a lot of things you have to start considering.
I honestly consider it mostly, but like
that's wild.
Do you have a personal vendetta against Shaq?
You said what?
I said, do you have a personal vendetta against Shaq? I don't get it.
Yeah, I need to know because my mama named me after Shaq. So I need. We can't have no vendetta against Shaq, bro.
Oh, it's too nasty, Shaq.
If it's no bias, if it's no biasness, then I could probably have Shaq over Tim Duncan. If I'm being completely honest.
So you're biased, and that's why Shaq is at 10.
Yes, pretty much.
That's an issue I see a lot with people. I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people who have Kobe very high, they end up having Shaq very low. It's something I see quite a lot. I'm not saying this for everyone, but they end up. I underrate Shaq to praise Kobe.
I know what you mean too, and I get that a lot. But yeah, that's why I have Shaq so low.
I said I got Shaq 5.
You got Shaq 5. I can see that.
I like Shaq.
Hey, SB, can we hear your top 5?
Top 10 players, with the top 10 players of all time, they're all greats. It's not like you could just place them at one spot. You got to switch it around a little bit.
My top 5: Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Kobe, Shaq, and then Duncan. Sometimes I interchange Duncan and Shaq, but I'll take Shaq 5 and then Duncan 6. Then Magic, then Bird, and then Bill, and then probably Hakeem.
Wait, SB, I got a quick question.
Okay.
Stop, Mars.
Yeah, I got a quick question.
That loser.
Larry
so you don't have Steph?
No, he's not.
You don't have Steph over Bird?
If I have Steph over
Steph not in my top 10 yet. Steph not in my top 10 yet.
Steph should be over Bird.
Steph in my top 10.
Steph Curry, bro, Lo, I think you seen my TikTok, but I already cooked this point. Steph Curry just got in top 50 of points. He's not top 50 in no other statistical category besides 3-point shooting.
He was injured a lot.
That's part of the problem. But him and Larry Bird played the same amount of years, so it's no excuse for that.
But what does that have to do with
Larry Bird injured, left his career early because of his back problem, so there's no excuse for that.
So you value longevity.
Yeah, you want
that's part of it. Your best ability is to be available as a basketball player.
I mean, right there, you kind of got to factor that in.
I'm not going to
that's fine. If you favorite that heavily, and that's right. That's the reason why Stockton is overrated. There's longevity arguments. Just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he overrated. I just think I think he overrated if you put him in the top 5 PGs. I say he's a top 10 point guard though.
75% of people have him as a top 5 point guard.
75.
Who you taking out? Because the top 5 was Steph, Magic, Zeke, Jason Kidd.
They don't put Jason Kidd though. They'll put Stockton.
Jason Kidd is definitely top 5.
But
they'll say Isaiah, Magic, Oscar, Steph if they're not biased and
Stockton.
Who else am I missing? And Stockton, yeah, that's the 5 they'd say. And some people hate on Steph, take him out, and then end up
everybody here got Magic over Steph all time, right? Like as a point guard.
Yes.
All right. I just had to make sure.
Yeah. Hold on. So everybody up here has Magic over Steph?
Yes.
That's what we just said.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not everybody up here has Magic over Draymond.
No, see, like you know,
Okay, all right. My bad.
I didn't say that. I just said the playmaking, bro. The playmaking.
Yeah.
Honestly, the playmaking.
I know what you were saying.
Impact of playmaking is
TikTok is crazy.
I wanted to get onto this topic.
When Dub gets a hold of this clip,
he not.
I wanted to get on this playmaking topic as well.
It's gonna be cookie season on TikTok.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Isabas. Go ahead.
He froze.
Boss, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
All right, go.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to say my thing about the Magic and Draymond playmaking argument. The thing with Magic was running everything. Like he could basically play make from anywhere on the court, full court, half court, fast break, everything. Draymond, like I will admit, I don't really watch that much Warriors games, but from what I'm assuming, Draymond really just he's basically a screen setter. I haven't watched any Warriors games, but from what I've heard from other people, Draymond's really just a screen setter who passes to Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and when KD was there, Kevin Durant, yada yada yada.
Man, so like that's watching a Warriors game in the past.
Why did you want to give your opinion on this if you haven't watched the Warriors games? You didn't have to say it.
Because I just think
stayed out.
I just think it's a pointless argument.
I know it is a pointless argument. Also, SB, just FYI, and if you think it's very contingent on like pace and stuff like that, bro. In the 90s and late 80s and 90s, the Lakers were a slower paced team. They were one of the slowest paced teams in the league, and he was still racking up his assists. And a large part had to do with out of the post when he was looking over people, the passes that he would make at the top of the key, penetrating the passes that he would make, bro.
Now when I say this, because y'all get overreact, y'all get overreact.
Man. Here you go.
When it comes to the star power of your team at that time, you don't think that the 80s Magic wasn't on the level of star power with their team like how the Warriors was?
What?
They had Kareem, James Worthy, Byron Scott. Who else? They had star.
No. I get that. What I'm saying, but no, what I'm saying is by the time the late 80s and 90s,
how is that hard to get that many?
No. Listen. By the late 80s and 90s, when a lot of those players were not there anymore that were in the 80s, like Kareem and them, he was still racking up those assists on a slower paced team.
Yo,
that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yo, Lo, I'm a boss. Thank you for tapping in.
I'm still here. I'm getting off work, so I'm in the studio, but I'm still here. I'm going to the lounge.
I'm a boss. Thank you for tapping in, bro.
But yeah,
SB.
Good. Go ahead.
SB, you don't go anywhere. Lo and Mars, just because it's my job to build up anticipation for the next card. I would love to hear why Steph is over Bird in the top 10.
Mars, you believe
I would
that?
love to hear you go.
Mars doesn't have him.
No, Steph's not even in my top 10.
To me, Steph is over Bird though. No kizzy.
Explain that to me.
Yeah,
please.
that's what.
You're just a Larry Bird hater. You're just a Larry Bird hater.
Hack him up. Wait. Before because I don't want to because what really got me amped up was Ron.
Ron's gonna cook you next. Ron's
okay. I was about to say because Ron, I was ready for Ron because I don't know what Ron.
No, he's gonna cook you next, but Mars has to cook you right now about this.
And Lo, I have somebody in the weight room ready to go.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
All right, my whole because we all over the place. The Curry versus Bird thing, the longevity is very similar at this point. Bird still has like maybe a year or two over him, but it's getting closer and closer as years continue to progress. Offensively, Curry is just more potent, more dominant, more impactful. Bird definitely provided more on the defensive side of the floor, but over the past like couple of years now, Curry defensively is getting much better than what he once was before. I would still say Bird is a better defender. But then my biggest problem with Bird is that, especially because people kill Curry for being in these super teams. By the logic of that, bro, Bird won one championship and then struggled to win another one until they got Dennis Johnson. If you go back and then look at what Bird was doing in the early to mid 80s before they got Johnson in the regular season, in contrast to what he was doing in the postseason, it was pretty embarrassing. Like it was the drop off was there, and then they somehow won a ring with Larry Bird putting up 2 18-point games in the finals. If that's Steph Curry, we all know what people would say about Steph Curry if they were able to win games with him putting up 18 points in the finals. We know that. So if you're telling me that Bird could not win another championship until they added even more talent to his team with Kevin McHale entering his prime, and Kevin McHale had series where he was outscoring Larry Bird. Like that's how he was getting those championships. So I just think like that level of help that he had, bro, Curry's proven that he doesn't need KD to win championships. He didn't need that level of help. It was great for him to have it, but he didn't need that. And last year, the performances that he put on while performing that great in the finals with the second best against the second best defense, bro, and not even taking into consideration what he was doing before KD got there, bro. No, I got him higher. If you want to argue longevity, I can hear that argument, but no, I just can't do it. So that's
am I meant to say something now?
I think they want Shaq is nasty and he wants us to go at it. He wants us to have a rivalry.
I would much rather save it for the card. You can bring Boo in. Bring Big Ox Bob in. Mars, save it. Oh, yo, Lo, a year ago you thought I was going to be your formidable foe, but it turns out I went and recruited War Machine. You seen Iron Man 3?
And I went and recruited Big Ox. Hello, Ox.
The Big Ox in the office is crazy.
Box office, no pun intended. No pun intended at all.
Oh my gosh, Jesus! Boo! Put the tomatoes in the chat, y'all. Yo, put the tomatoes in the chat right now.
Bob,
Spam up the
booing you.
tomatoes.
That's crazy.
No, I'm booing you, Ron. That was a crazy. That was
why? Because he's box office.
Oh,
you guys don't believe Bob is box office?
You said no pun intended after that is crazy.
That was an atrocious.
That was an atrocious.
That was
pun.
All right.
No, let Mars and Lowe do their thing right now because we're gonna get them on card against each other. And we're gonna see who is really the legend of winning.
I'm just waiting to talk about John Stockton.
Yeah, I know, but Lowe, I feel like in any argument where you and Mars disagree, I got Mars.
Okay.
For
anyway,
various reasons.
all right. I don't know what Ox is because before I guess whenever we get to the Stockton thing, but what are Ox? What up with you?
What's good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. I don't got no headphones. I wasn't sure if I should jump on or not. I'm sorry. I'm still listening to y'all.
Oh, he going in and out.
I mean, I can talk about Larry Bird if that's what people want. I mean,
Is what I just said about Bird and Curry, is it that crazy, Mars?
That crazy? No, I only have them about 2 spots apart. The main argument is longevity. I do think the defensive gap to me is clear as day. Even if you want to say Steph's improved in recent years, that's fair enough. But it's only been about 2 or 3 years. I think Bird was a positive defender damn near his whole prime. I think he was a very good defender for maybe 6-7 years. And then I look at, as an off-ball player, Larry Bird was still great. He brought exceptional value without the ball. He was one of the best off-ball movers of the 80s. To me, Larry Bird's a top 10 passer of all time. He's just outside the top 5 for me. So that also brings exceptional value. I think him as a rebounder offensively and defensively, that brings exceptional value. His ability to space the floor in the 80s, his post game. Yes, I do agree. He had down playoff series and playoff runs. As a scorer, that's fine. I'm not going to argue. His efficiency did tend to drop against those elite defenses because I don't think his jump shot, as much as people like to praise it and give him all that credit, against the elite defenses, you see just watching those series, his jump shot, he didn't take as many jump shots as people like to say. And I think that's because I don't think he wanted to get better looks at the rim against those elite defenses. That hurt his efficiency because he wasn't a great finisher. But I think his post game, his off ball game, his passing, his rebounding, that all brought exceptional value even in series where he wasn't scoring as well. I think him being outscored by Kevin McHale isn't the diss you seem to think it is. Kevin McHale is one of the best post scorers we've ever seen, in my opinion. He's one of the greatest power forwards of all time who always flies under the radar. So him being outscored by Kevin McHale, that's not an insult. He's getting outscored by someone who was receiving the ball a lot from Larry Bird finding him, also his elite post touches. But Larry Bird being able to thrive next to these type of scorers who need the ball to be effective, and still him being, in my opinion, clear as day, the best offensive player on the team, even when he's not the best scorer. On top of the fact him bringing very good defensive value, I still think at his peak, I say they're comparable. I think I have Larry Bird like slightly above in terms of peak. Prime, I think Bird is longer and I think is a better prime than Steph. And overall, I still think he has 1 or 2 years of longevity above him. That's why I have him slightly ahead of Steph.
Hey, why y'all don't clip this part of Mars when y'all do the TikToks? Because y'all
that's Dub. That's Dub. That's Dub. That's Dub. That's Dub. Dub is the one who decides to purposely only clip up the excerpts that make people sound crazy. I'm not mad at the longevity. So again, if Curry has another 2 or 3 years that way he's performing like this year, obviously he got hurt. So like it was, another season where I can easily hear the argument for longevity. That's fine. But Curry playing as great as he was before he got hurt, this deep into his career, only makes me feel more confident that the longevity argument isn't going to last as long. And yeah, to be fair, Kevin McHale was easily one of the best post players. So yeah, getting outscored by him doesn't mean that much. I just believe that having to try to make an argument, especially downgrade Curry the way that many people do because of the amount of help he had, I think it's foolish for someone like Bird, especially because like before Dennis Johnson got there, bro, there's several series where Bird was struggling to score 20 points a game in the playoffs. So like I think that is very telling to the type of player that he was before DJ got there, before there was another playmaker, when there was all of that responsibility being placed upon him. But yeah, everything you said is still facts. I just think that for you to see that type of drop off in the postseason, like he was like a 23-point scorer in the regular season, 23, 24-point score in the regular season, and we get to the playoffs and you're struggling to score 18 points, an entire playoff run, not just for a series or a couple of games, an entire playoff run. That's shaky.
Even though when Bird did that, nobody never questioned who was the best player on the team was still Larry Bird because he just played a different role because of who had at the series at a point in time. Steph, it was a point in time when we said, no, Kevin Durant, this is Kevin Durant team, and Kevin Durant is the reason why they
I've
win.
never
even
questioned
when Bird,
that. You can question that, but I never
even when Bird averaged those 18 points those games, Bird had a great impact on this series and still was the man of the team. Because you got to remember, if, like I said every time, during the 80s, if the Lakers or the Celtics didn't play each other in the finals, one of those teams was in the finals. That's credit to Larry Bird, no matter what you say. Can you really say about the Warriors when they peak run? Was it going to keep going without Kevin Durant? No.
It did, though. We literally just saw them in the finals.
What happened when Kevin Durant? They didn't make the playoffs.
He was also hurt as well. What? Curry was also hurt.
Curry played. Clay was hurt.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the next season. But they didn't make the playoffs because of a playing what you call it. That's why they didn't make the playoffs.
I hate doing the what else, but we could just say a high or low chance we was the better. I hate doing what else. So you telling me that the Warriors, if they didn't go get KD, they was coming right back?
Yes, I think it's likely, and if they just run it back with the 2016 team,
KD guaranteed that.
KD guaranteed them the title pretty much, in most people's eyes, and then we saw it unfold. Yes,
but then you can make the same argument with Dennis Johnson. Were they going to win another championship before they got Dennis Johnson? Because they were not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, they did run into the Philadelphia super team. It's not like they were just losing to trash teams. They ran into
that was Moses and Dr. J.
Mars, don't do that with Low. Mars, don't do that with Low.
Please don't, because in '83 they didn't run into the super team in '83. They ran into the
Milwaukee. Just cook them. Just cook them. You was talking about where Larry Bird.
I know, but the next year they ran into the Bucks and they still didn't get by the Bucks.
Yeah, I think their playoff success was contingent. Well, not contingent, but they needed a guy like Dennis Johnson that helped their team. But 82, the year that you spoke about him averaging like less than 18 or whatever, they did play against that.
In 83, he was struggling to score. In 83,
I agree. His scoring in the playoffs.
I'm about to say his scoring in the playoffs is nasty before Dennis Johnson got there. It's nasty.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that 82 Sixers super team was nothing to like.
I'm not saying that's not, but we're talking about of the caliber of a top 10 to 15 player where you need to be well-rounded enough to where your impact needs to be consistent. And so, yes, if you go from a 24 to 25 point score to an 18-point score or a 20-point, yes, that matters. That matters.
Did his rebounds go down? Did his assists go down? Did his shooting percentage go down?
His shooting percentage went down. His shooting percentage, without a doubt, went down. That was the biggest problem, that his shooting percentage went down.
Mm-hmm. But the
rebounding was still there. The assists might have fluctuated. I gotta double check, but the assist numbers might have fluctuated. But his scoring and his efficiency, without a doubt, went down.
Because
82 and 83 wasn't great postseasons for him
at all.
So if you want to attribute the 84 and then the success going forward on the fact that he got more help from the guard position and that made his life easier, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm someone who's very big on teammates are meant to help you and make your life easier. So I don't hold that against Larry Bird too much, especially in 81, considering they won in 81. And I know he didn't win the finals MVP.
How about to say, how did he play in 81, Mars?
I think he played well in 81. I don't think he scored well. I think he played well.
He played well, but did he play of the caliber in which
he didn't play as well as you'd expect Larry Bird to play. He still played well. I think he should have been the finals MVP, but that's neither here nor there. But I think the fact that he'd shown he could win, do I think they would have won 3 titles or made as many deep playoff runs if they didn't get a guy like Dennis Johnson? Probably not. But I do think they still win again without Dennis Johnson. I do still think that Boston Celtics team is going to be competitive throughout the decade. So I'm not going to just say without Dennis Johnson, Larry Bird didn't show me enough. I think he showed me quite a lot in the regular season and in the playoffs. And I think he just got better post 83. Mm-hmm. So all of those things into one, I'm still going to have Larry Bird above Steph Curry for now. If he makes 2 years, it will change.
If he makes two more deep postseason runs and plays at a high level for both of them, Curry, because that'll be adding longevity to the
Steph is 1 or 2 years away from getting into my top 10. I have Larry Bird ahead right now. If I had to project, I think he'll get into the top 10. But as of today, whatever the date is today, I have Larry Bird in my top 10, and Steph Curry is not.
All right, so there you go, Shaq.
2 years from now, I will agree.
Yeah, he's going to be top 10.
Nothing crazy, Shaq.
But I have Bird right at 10 anyway.
SB, I have a question. Who do you have?
That man out of here.
Who do you have? Lower Mars?
What? Like who's winning?
Yeah, like in a debate. Who do you have? Real quick.
Here's the only reason
this is the nastiest setup I've ever
here's the only
heard
reason
in
why
my
I have
life.
Mars. Is
I
because
just asked him a simple question. I didn't tell Ron to go all in it.
Lo, don't get mad and try to fry me, bro. I fuck with you. I really think you top tier. But the only reason why I have Mars over you, and it's really a hypothetical. Only because Mars be Ticket, and I think Ticket'll wash you. Woo!
Okay.
That's the only reason why I think Ticket.
Hey, more tomatoes in the chat, dog. More tomatoes. More tomatoes.
That's all good, but hey, I think Ticket to drag you. That's all I'm saying, bro. All
right. Boo, aka Big Ox. What's your gripes with Low on this John Stockton?
I think I made that quite clear. I just don't think me and Low had the opportunity to really hash it out like we should have been able to. But I mean, it's quite obvious. I think it's very disrespectful. Saying Jokic is a better passer than Stockton, saying that Stockton's passes weren't effective because it was out of a pick and roll. All the knocks to Stockton, I just strongly disagree with. Very, very strongly disagree with.
Let me be clear on what I'm saying. Because I'm not saying they weren't effective. Stockton's passes were effective. Like that shouldn't even really be debatable. The question more so relies into the concept of are those passes difficult enough to make him in the conversation to be a top 1, 3, 5, 7, 10 passer of all time. And for what I've seen, and I've seen borderline more than half I'm getting to the point where I'm saying more than half of his postseason runs and a select few of regular season games. They're just not that. There's no high leverage passes that I'm seeing from Stockton on a consistent basis for me to be confident enough to put him in that argument. And for whatever reason, assist is the only number that we use to determine how great certain players are. Total assists is the only number that we use to determine how great a player is at a certain aspect of basketball. Because when it comes to like scoring, we don't use that. We don't do that at all.
Right. Well, is that somewhat like is that kind of hypothetical though? Like, are you saying like, well, if the Jazz didn't have such good offensive sets, that you don't believe he'd be able to be effective if, you know what I'm saying, like out of a pick and roll? If it was like if he had to make harder passes, you don't think he's capable of doing that? So it's kind of hypothetical.
Yeah, I think he's capable, but it's capable. But I've also seen him struggle mightily when being double teamed and dealing with taller defenders and trying to like find open shooters and players over taller defenders. Ironically enough, one of the games in which Chilltown recommends for people to watch, they lost that game because in the final possession, John Stockton could not find the open player because he was being double teamed. He just couldn't find him. So ironically enough, the game that he keeps recommending to people to watch, you will see the limitations in his passing ability, even in a game where he's getting 20 assists. And so what I'm saying is if somebody's standing at the top of the key and I throw it in the entry pass in to a post player, is that a sound pass? Yes. Is that a good pass? Yes. Is that you can even argue it's a great pass? Yes. But is that a good enough pass to justify putting you as the best second or third best passer of all time? No. The same way that if I pass it to Steve Kerr and he shoots a wide open three and he makes it, is that a good decision to shoot that shot? Yes. Is it a sound 3-pointer? Yes. Is Steve Kerr making those threes at a high enough clip that he's one of the most accurate 3-point shooters of all time? Yes. But that does not, because he's making wide open threes, does not mean that he's now in the conversation to be the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. Because, and again, in every other aspect, we look at the level of difficulty that it takes for those players to be in those conversations. That's why Kobe is in the conversation as one of the greatest scorers of all time. We do not need to wait to see Kobe crack 30,000 points to put him in that conversation. Durant is not even top 15, or if he is top 15, he just got into the top 15 in total points all time. Yet we all know that he's one of the greatest top 5 scorers. Same with MJ. Some people would say Bird is one of the top 5 scorers all time. Some would say, it depends on who you talk to. Some would say obviously LeBron as well. But the player that I don't hear that often is someone like Karl Malone. Karl Malone, if I ask who's the top 5 scorers, most people don't put Karl Malone in that conversation, even though he has the 3rd most points all time. So it's very clear that in other aspects of basketball that we look at other ways to determine how good or great someone is, not just based off of the numbers that they accumulate.
Right.
Oh, man. I got a question for Ox, though. Ox, I got a question, bro.
What you said about John Stockton in that particular play against the Lakers at the end of the game, you said that it was hard. He couldn't get that pass off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then you said Kevin Durant is one of the top 5 scorers. I just witnessed these past playoffs. Kevin Durant need to get buckets at the end of the game, and he gets locked up as well. So is it fair for me to say that it goes both ways, or is it only the same for John Stockton in passing?
Yeah, there's that's the reason why I don't have like KD as high as some people do in scoring, because I've seen KD struggle against defensive units when he doesn't have proper floor spacing. That is part of the reason why I don't have KD like top 1 or 2. I don't even have him top 3 in my opinion. So regardless, so that is a part of why I don't have KD that high. So that's a part of it. But I've also seen KD, score against great defensive units also. So I mean, I've seen both.
Hey, Ox, who your top 5 passes? Because you said you got Stockton at 2. So who you got him over?
I got maybe in not any particular order. I do have John Stockton. I do have Magic. I do have J Kidd. Gets a little tricky because there's a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? It fluctuates. You can have Nash and Isaiah. You could have Rajon. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cats that you could throw in there. I mean, even CP3 is in the conversation. So it fluctuates.
So you think Stockton a better passer than Chris Paul?
I don't see how Chris Paul could be a better passer than John Stockton. I'll say that.
Why?
Why?
I mean, how is he? What is he done?
I done seen Chris Paul in different situations with different players and made players look good. DeAndre Jordan was an all-star caliber player under Chris Paul. As soon as he left Chris Paul, he was out the league.
Okay, but look, so that's easy to say.
I mean, that's facts. That's not easy. That's facts.
It is easy. Let me tell you why. Because, and I'm not taking nothing away from Chris Paul, but at the same time, is Chris Paul making DeAndre Jordan a better player, or is DeAndre Jordan bailing Chris Paul out by saying just throw it anywhere by the rim?
What? No,
I don't think that's a crazy statement to make. That's not a crazy statement to make. No, time out. I'm gonna say why not. I'm gonna say why it's not. Low, and I'm coming straight to you, Low. I'm gonna say why not. Because you guys have said the same thing about Trae Young with Clint Capella. All Trae Young does is get in the key and throw the ball up, and Clint Capella grabs the ball and dunks it, and Trae's getting easy assist. Did we not say that?
I just find it funny that Karl Malone making difficult shots. Karl Malone making difficult shots isn't bailing out John Stockton. But Chris Paul throwing lobs is being bailed out by DeAndre Jordan.
So then everybody's getting bailed out who gets an assist then.
No,
because if that's the case, LeBron's getting bailed out by having good 3-point shooters.
Ron.
Is LeBron getting bailed out by having good 3-point shooters?
If anyone is being bailed out, it's the one making difficult shots.
I'm about to say, Ron, let's be clear. If I throw the ball in the post to somebody and they do a turnaround jumper and they make it even when they're contested, versus me running a high pick and roll and we're rolling, and one of the options out of the pick and roll is throwing the lob to somebody, who's doing the more heavy lifting in that situation?
And now I'm gonna say this though. Hold up right quick, Bob, because now I'm gonna say this. Let's not act like John Stockton never threw an alley-oop to Karl Malone. Let's act like he's never thrown an alley-oop to Greg Ostertag. Let's not act like that's never been the case.
Nobody said.
But I'm saying John Stockton did that as well. John Stockton did that as well.
That wasn't the point. That wasn't the point.
Gabe, get your gripe off, Gabe. Get your gripe off.
What makes DeAndre Jordan a 3-time All-NBA player?
His defense, like let's not just talk about the only thing that he did was catch lobs. His defense, the fact that they were a winning team, and yes, the fact that he caught lobs from Chris Paul. But Chris Paul got lobs off to DeAndre Jordan. So, I mean, if you ask me, it's kind of 60-40. DeAndre Jordan.
What?
Oh my God! Come on, bro.
60-40. Whoa, you're nasty.
It's not. Because anybody in the league could have did that. Could John Stockton not have done that? If John Stockton had DeAndre Jordan, how many oops a game would he get?
Okay, Ron.
I can argue he would get more oops with John Stockton.
Ron, who was the point guard on the Knicks when DeAndre Jordan was there? Did he make him look better?
Who? Raymond Felton? Hold on, DeAndre Jordan never played for the Knicks.
He definitely did.
You talking about Tyson Chandler?
That's how bad he was. You didn't remember him playing on the Knicks.
How old was he? That's no, because
how many loaves
hold on, Mars. SB, you said when he left, he fell off. How old was he? Because if I'm not mistaken, he was older in his years. So obviously, as you get older, you start to decline, a la Chris Paul right now with the Suns. Was he in his prime?
How many lobs did Luka throw to DeAndre Jordan? How great did Luka?
Mars, I just said, what was his age?
It was 1 year after he left.
It was 1 year after the Clippers. It was 1 year.
What was his age and why did the Clippers let him go? What was his age?
He was 30.
What was his age? He was 30?
Yes.
So hold on, time out. So we're saying that that Chris Paul made DeAndre Jordan much better than Luka would make him, but we're arguing that Luka's an all-time playmaker.
We're just saying that Chris Paul made DeAndre Jordan a lot better.
How great did DeAndre Jordan look?
But time out, no, because you guys come up here and hype the shit out of Luka. Luka's this, Luka's that. Luka's better than Tim Duncan and all these guys in 2007. Lo, I'll be back to address you in a second.
How great did DeAndre Jordan look next to Luka Doncic?
He avoiding it, He avoiding.
How great did DeAndre Jordan look next to Luka Doncic?
I'm asking a question though. I'm asking you guys a question.
My question.
No, you guys are deflecting, so I'm deflecting
Mars,
too.
that's a terrible
I'm saying,
example.
How great did DeAndre Jordan look the year after Chris Paul left?
Was a rookie.
In 2018, when Chris Paul was in Houston, how did DeAndre Jordan look?
Ron sat there and said,
what was DeAndre Jordan's age?
That's what he said.
And what was his role on that team?
And
what was his role on that team?
To pick and roll.
The same role he had with Chris Paul.
The same role he had on the Clippers. The exact same role.
How great did DeAndre Jordan look the year Chris Paul left and went to Houston and he was still in LA?
It was the same team dynamic.
DeAndre Jordan's role was the same, bro. It was the same, dog.
Bro, never
he was pick and rolling. What are we talking about?
Time out.
Wait.
Go ahead, Ox. I'll be back to cook them in a second.
Y'all relax for a second.
Go.
Because that was all right. Yeah, that was a crazy.
Nah, because I'm serious though. Like you can't tell me that big athletic centers and power forwards such as Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan don't bail out their point guards by being able to throw the ball literally in maybe we'll call it a 10-foot cubic area. You can just throw the ball anywhere, and them cats are going to get it. So
I understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're saying.
No one's saying having a lob threat doesn't make you like
real quick though. Those aren't difficult passes to make. So back to your point, Lo. I thought it was about a degree of difficulty. There is no degree of difficulty to just throw the ball up to DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin at the time.
It's really not.
Athletic.
No, SB, right quick. I'm telling you, as somebody who plays point guard, I just watched Shaq play last night. I watched him play Olympiacos basketball last night in the EuroLeague. If you guys don't know, that's the second toughest league in the world. I watched Shaq literally get the easiest assist in the world when he dribbled in the paint and just did this. He just threw the ball in the air, and the center came and grabbed it and slammed it in the hoop. That's the easiest assist you can get.
Okay, let me ask you. Go.
Remember when James Harden was averaging all those assists with Clint Capella, and it was just like, oh, I attack this man, he steps up, I'll just throw it up. Those assists are not difficult to make.
Chris Paul, but y'all act like Chris Paul only played with athletic lob centers and his playmaking didn't still be the same. He went to the Thunder with nobody like that, was still the same. Rockets, still the same. Because you act like he didn't help JJ Redick, he didn't help Peja Stojakovic, he helped Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You act like his playmaking impact did not change. You act like he only throw lobs. He don't only throw lobs.
Peja ain't need no help. First of all,
okay, so wait, I'm gonna say this real quick. All right, to both Shaq and Ox. All right, so I mean not Shaq, Ron. Okay, here's what
Shaq
I'm saying.
in this too.
Oh,
hey, look, if you gonna fry me, Shaq got to get it too.
No, I'm asking a question. since y'all hoopers, I'm asking.
You too, Shaq. Both Shaqs.
If we're running a pick and roll and the dynamic of the pick and roll is as a ball handler, I also have to have a scoring threat so the defense can stay honest and stay upon me, and I can freeze the defense long enough to give me that window to throw the lob. Right? Is that more difficult or less difficult than me standing on the wing and throwing the ball to somebody in the post, throwing Carmelo the ball in the post?
It's less difficult.
He didn't just do that.
No, but we're talking about the least difficult passes that they're both making. I'm asking which one.
I think it's less difficult to throw a lot, personally.
Okay. Ron, which one do you think it is?
I mean, it's obviously easier to make a post entry pass.
It's not obvious. It's not obvious. It's not obvious.
No, it's obvious. I'm telling you, it's obvious.
No, Ox just said something different. Ox just said.
And both of you guys play basketball. I don't know who to believe.
Jesus.
But time out, Mars. But hold on. No,
you guys
because
played.
that's
You guys
not the
played.
argument.
I don't know.
That's not the argument because that's not all John Stockton did. You guys just said,
and Chris Paul wasn't. That's not all Chris Paul did either. We're picking the least difficult passes that they were making, right? And I asked you which one was more difficult. You said it was obvious. Ox said something completely different. So it's not obvious. It can't be obvious. So I would assume which is easier is to throw the ball to somebody in the post because I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to be a scoring threat in that situation.
But Chris Paul did that as well.
I'm not saying
Chris Paul gets some assist off that as
no,
well.
Ron,
Chris Paul has got.
Ron, listen to me. I'm not saying that Chris Paul's never done it. I'm saying which ones they did the most. Chris Paul, outside of David West, they never really played with an active post player like that.
Time out. No, because you guys are going to laugh about this. You guys are going to laugh about this. But Blake, he would dunk the ball down to Blake Griffin, and he would go get a bucket too. So when Blake Griffin was an all-star, he only scored off lobs to Chris Paul. Stop. This is what I be talking about with you guys. Stop it. Blake Griffin was a competent basketball player. He did not just score from lobs off Chris Paul.
SB, was 80% of his points off a lob?
No. I guarantee we can go look at the assist percentages. 80% of his points was not from assists from Chris Paul. I guarantee it. We can go look at it. It was not.
So they ran up through it.
Well, if you ask me what was the percentages.
Hey, Ron, you better be very careful. I'm about to look it up. Say what you about to say very carefully.
Nah, look it up first. Why you trying to say it low? That's nasty. That's nasty.
No, you better be careful because you.
But I like playing games like this, so I'll give you guys a percentage. I'll give you a percentage.
Detroit Blake, speaking loud right now. Detroit Blake, I hear you right, but.
So you're saying Detroit Blake was better than Clippers Blake?
Yes.
As a basketball player, hell yeah.
Yeah, he had more freedom to do more stuff.
He was just better.
So he got better when he left Chris Paul. Oh.
Yeah, he got better. Yes.
Whoa. Oh, okay. But DeAndre got worse.
What's the percentage?
Yes, DeAndre did get worse.
DeAndre
got it.
Ron, let me ask you. Okay, so I wasn't specific. I said DeAndre Jordan was a 3-time All-NBA, but what made DeAndre Jordan a first-team All-NBA center when he was playing with Chris Paul?
First-team All-NBA.
DeAndre Jordan was first-team All-NBA.
Yes.
Wait,
what year? What year is this?
2015.
What year is this?
2016.
He got first team. Listen,
he got first team All NBA over DeMarcus Cousins. What made him better than DeMarcus Cousins on the Kings?
I'll tell you.
Tell me.
First of all, Chris Paul did have something to do with that. I'm not going to take that away from Chris Paul. Okay. Chris Paul is a more than competent point guard. He is one of the great point guards. But DeAndre Jordan's offensive rebounding. His when you get offensive rebounds now, put back, it's an easy shot. So offensive rebounding, his field goal percentage, his rebounding, his block shot ability, all those things add up. It's not just Chris Paul, but Chris Paul does have something to do with that.
But hold on, no, because I'm not gonna just stop with Chris Paul. When you have a good team, it's easier for you to be first team. You want to know why? Because if you win more, you're possibly more than likely gonna get first team. So let's not act like Blake Griffin didn't have a part in that. Let's not act like all the other players on it, because that was a good Clippers team, right?
Yeah.
Am I mistaken, or was that a good Clippers team?
That was a good team.
Man, they were a solid team. So he was a good center on. It was a bad error. Yes. But he was a good center on a good team. On top of that, if I'm not mistaken, he was the sole reason why they were competent on defense. Yes, Chris Paul was a good defensive point guard, but DeAndre Jordan held down that defense. He was the anchor of that defense. He could completely control the paint, rebounding, blocks, just getting stops in general. And on top of that, even on the offensive end, holding down the paint, catching those lobs and getting offensive rebounds as well. So that is the reason why he got first team. It was not just because of Chris Paul.
But without Chris Paul, he's averaging 0 points a game.
No, you're drunk.
So, no, that's crazy.
Like four. I'm sorry, like four.
Offensive. The only reason that DeAndre Jordan, the only reason DeAndre Jordan got first team that year was because of how the team success. You're telling me. I don't want to like make you sound dumb or anything. You're telling me that DeMarcus Cousins.
Hey, check it out, Gabe. Under no circumstance can you make me sound dumb.
They did play, but they did play a part though. They weren't winning enough games to justify him being.
That's why I want to make sure it was just the team being better that put him first.
No, it was
the team being better helps because if they were the worst team in the league, would he have even got sniffed on any team? If they were the worst team in the league, would he have sniffed any team?
No, but I'm asking you, the reason that DeAndre made it over DeMarcus is because of team success, not because he's better.
Yes.
What did the Kings do?
And
what did the Kings do?
And also
they won like 20.
Yes or no? I just want to know.
Yes. Because what did the Kings do?
I just thought
what did the Kings do?
To answer, and also Ron in 2013, nearly 36% of Blake Griffin's shots came from assisted by Chris Paul.
I had another question, Ron. You know that DeAndre Jordan played on the Clippers without Chris Paul. You want to go back and look at how his numbers was around that time?
He was bad at that time, but yeah, it's 36. It was 36. Look, okay, and so all I'm just saying is when I watch Stockton, I just don't think that that's enough. Those passes that he's making is enough to justify him as a top 5 passer. I just don't.
But Lo, a simple pass is a good pass, Lo. And on
I'm
top
not denying that.
That's what I also wanted to ask you too, because you were talking about like the level of difficulty from shot making as compared to passing. How do we really rank the level of difficulty when it comes to passing? Now, don't get me wrong. I think on an eye test, I think we can see it. I do believe that we can see, what's the easier pass compared to a harder pass.
Yes.
But how are we doing that with the pick and roll? Like I was saying the last time we talked about this, a pick and roll is not a simple play to make, especially when you come off that screen. You have to judge, are they dropping, are they hedging, how are they playing it. What about the backside help? There's a lot that goes into it for both guys, the picker, and the guy coming off the screen. So it's just not as simple as it looks. I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
I'm not saying it is simple. What I'm saying is that we're trying to have a top 10 conversation. So it's almost as if like saying I have $2 billion and I'm wealthy, I'm rich, right? That does not then mean I should be in a conversation to be the richest man on the earth, because that's not enough money. So is it making quality passes, making sound passes, good passes in a pick and roll or any type of setting? Is that good? Yes. But that's like a requirement to be put in the conversation. You would have to do more than just make like sound good passes. You would have to do more because once you argue that everybody else in the top 10 would also be able to make sound good passes.
I would agree with that.
Okay, so it would have to be more than just that, though.
So are you saying everybody in the top 10 has made or is making more difficult or has made more difficult passes than John Stockton?
I think everybody that I have ahead of him will be able to make more difficult passes, and make higher leverage passes than Stockton. And I don't even think Stockton in many cases wasn't even asked to do it that often. But when I see him attempt to do so, some of which has to do with his height. He's like 6'1". He wasn't able to like look over and read over defenders and stuff like that. He just wasn't. A lot of times he was just standing at the top of the key, allowing the play to develop, and he's just making passes.
Well, look, Lo, I got.
Hold on, Ox. I gotta jump in and interject because we have reached that point in the show where we gotta, conclude things. Yo, Lo.
Yeah.
I don't think SB's done with you. I don't think Shaq's done with you. I don't think Ox is done with you. I don't think Mars is done with you. Gabe seems like he's really on your side, and I'm definitely not done with you. So we want to know.
I need 30 seconds, bro.
Hold up, I got you. Lo, we want to know, when can we go again?
I gotta look at the schedule, man. I got big things coming.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna say this. We're coming soon. We're coming soon. Pause. Yo, Bob.
Whoa.
Get off your last
statement.
Yo.
Put the tomatoes in the chat.
Demon time.
Go ahead. I hear you.
I know everybody got to do. I just wanted to say something about that point. I personally, back when I was playing ball, I was on the court just because of my defensive awareness, not as much as offensive end. I would honestly say, from my experience, playing against those sound point guards that are making better decisions, that are making an easy pass, doing the right thing with the ball, even though it might be against Mars's philosophy about making difficult passes or worse than turnovers or whatever that is. I honestly
Bro said he been zesty. He wild.
I honestly would prefer to play against those quote unquote flashy point guards because I know I'm gonna give me some steals to that. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm playing against those sound teams like the Jazz used to be, those are the type of teams that'll run the clock down to 7 seconds left from the shot clock and really just meticulously beat your ass. I think it's harder to play against those type of players personally.
From what I understand of everybody who's played Stockton, they actually said it was easier to play against players like him because how predictable he was. So that's what they've said.
So from this conversation, I have to. I absolutely have to. But in case you guys don't know, we will be coming soon. Pause. And also next we have PC anime. Hey, we also have PC. We have PC anime coming next. You guys stick around. For those of you guys who really rock with anime and you guys love that, we got that coming next. New show on PC right now. Also, we will be back soon with this. You guys just relax. We're gonna continue this conversation. It's not over.
You can't run from Mars forever.
Yo, Ron bigged up what he was gonna say and never said it.
I couldn't get it off.
Say it right now, then. Say it right now. Say it right now. Say it right now. Right now. Say it.
Yo, Shaq, so I can't say nothing?
Bro, say it right now.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
No, say it right now. Say it right now.
I'll see you Tuesday.
I'll see you Tuesday. Say it right now.
I'll see you Tuesday. No, I'm not gonna give you no ammunition. So between now and then, you can go do your research and all of this.
I didn't know you was like that.
I got dirt on you, though. I got dirt on you. I got you. Hey, yeah. Put L host in the chat. But I got your ass. Believe me.
Ron is ducking. Dang. I'm gonna have a duck with your face on it next time.
Hey, I'll see you soon. Yo, chat. PC anime coming next. Stick around for this. It's coming up. Shout out J-Rob. Shout out Bama. Y'all gonna see some new characters on here. Next time,
shout out Low.
We'll be here.
What's the anime episode about? I fuck with anime. Depends on what y'all talking about. Or just in general.
One Piece being mid. That's what it's about.
Oh yes. Oh, thank God.